Well, salutations everybody, what's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good, grand and delicious with you today? I hope that the day is going fantastic. I hope that the mood is going grand and fascinating. For today is one of the biggest days in all of the professional sport of soccer. Today is the day of the Champions League final. And we'll see whether or not the mighty Gunners, Arsenal themselves, can end up getting the victory they believe they deserve, or whether or not we will have the two-time reigning champions of Paris Saint-Germain getting the victory. Over Arsenal today. Massive to see what's going to end up happening. Big things to end up going ahead. The anticipation is there for everyone that ends up coming together. The fascinating thing about this entire situation is, technically speaking, as sad as this statement will end up coming to be, should Arsenal manage to do it, should Arsenal manage to win, it will mean that the one, Mikel Arteta, will be the greatest manager ever. Trust me, I would love to do wrestling commentary, Di. In another world, in another time, a joy would end up coming where I could end up doing that. Now, my friends, before we end up getting into me playing games while the game ends up going on, because it's starting in the next 4 minutes, let's end up saying hello to some of the people that end up coming in. If you haven't done so before, my friends, please give the mighty diehard a follow. Gent and a scholar, fantastic individual. I believe he was stating in the month of May he gave away something like 7 games.
The toilet.
I can guarantee you that watching his content, you won't be rushing for the toilet.
I got the key. All right, get your butts on the toilet. Your ass on the toilet now, Ted.
There is so much that can be said off of that clip. But give the almighty Di a follow if you can. Do a gent and a scholar. That's one of the reasons, Di, funnily enough, that you mentioned that I could be a wrestling commentator, that I purchased WWE 2K26 to potentially end up doing my version of commentary over certain elements such as that. It's just that I found the game a bit crap, so I didn't do the setup required to do it. It might come around in the future, but time shall see. Katie, I couldn't blame you for not staying, you know, watching me here, hoping that PSG end up getting the victory, because it's the devil of two sides. It's the devil that is ruining the game with crap tons of money, or the potential for Arsenal to become the most insufferable bunch of pillocks you'll ever meet in your life. But we shall see what shall end up happening. Ora, my friend, how is life treating you? The vibes are indeed good. One of the reasons that I'm wearing a hat today is because I'm literally after running back from the game and I look like this. So who could be arsed fixing this mess? So we'll just cover her up. Now, to be fair, we could wear that either, but it doesn't fit as well. So we shall wear this for the moment. And speaking of the good man himself, please give the almighty Ora a follow as well. Another absolute scholar and fantastic streamer in his own rights. Please end up giving him a showcase. Went through the incredible task of trying to teach me Dead by Daylight, which was
very good mind game.
Interesting and properly foolish. You know yourself.
I like it.
Are you celebrating, Katie, because something has happened in your life? Can I see your headphones? Yes, Di. So these are a pair of Sony WM 3rd generation. Sony are currently on the 6th generation of these. Yes, I bought a custom pair of replacement headsets for the cushion. Yep. You can end up getting them for every single version of the Sony headsets. They cost 20 quid, and you can get them on Amazon. So they were fantastic to end up replacing, because the version I had that internal layer broke on them, so I decided to fix it. So they're nice and fancy for the moment. Normally, I end up using these, the Sennheisers. They're a better set of headsets, but the audio jack is still broken on this computer, so these won't be used for quite a bit. So we shall see what ends up happening. Yes, to be fair, they're super comfy and the whole lot. The only problem with these headsets, and you might see it here, is there's currently black tape over them because there's a slight little crack there that's separating the steam. The Sennheisers are better than the Sony headphones, yes. Not by much, mind you, but they are better. It's amazing to think that you've been a mod in my chat for a year, Katie. I can't believe that that's the case. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, because they're black and the whole lot, you barely end up noticing it. So it's interesting that way. The reason why for this stuff that the Sennheisers are better is there's more bass in them. These are noise cancelling, so if you wanted to end up not hearing anything around you, like if I was noisy around here, these are significantly better. But I'm able to hear more stuff, and the Sennheisers have individual audio tracking, so I can actually choose which side the audio ends up going. And as I've mentioned, my insane ass has audio coming in this ear, that ear, and I normally have a fourth one in there, but Kick isn't working today, so she ain't running. But you know, the crack is always 90 there. I mean, they do feel it and the whole lot, Senior or Die. You know, you end up going with it and enjoying the crack of how she ends up coming around, and you like the way that it ends up coming. But yes, how is life treating all of ye today? Is it all going good, grand, and delicious? Are you doing anything exciting with your days? Today, as we said, we're going to be playing a bit of Football Manager 26, whilst we end up having in the background Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. I am personally voting for Paris Saint-Germain here, simply because they've gotten rid of all of their Galacticos. And for those of you that don't watch the wonderful sport of football, or as Americans like to call it, soccer, Galacticos are the players that would be, you know, your Michael Jordan, your I don't know tennis or any of them, but like your big boys, the guys that cost multiple millions to end up bringing in. PSG used to be a team full to the brim with Galacticos. They're the best players in the world, but the egos clash with each other and they're never able to get anything out of it. They cleaned out their Galacticos and won the big one that they've been after for the 10 years since the Qataris ended up purchasing the club. And then they ended up winning the Champions League. And now they have the chance to do back-to-back. Yeah, are you... Salutations, Senior Duck. What's a crack-a-lack? You come in just as the kickoff ends up coming together. Also, Owl, my friend, we need to give you the shout-out as well. If you haven't, please give the majestic Owl a follow as well. Only recently ended up bringing in her face cam as well, and well on her for having the gumption to do so. Marvel rival streamer, and I think you might be experimenting with other stuff in the near future as well. But an absolute scholar, unbelievably friendly and the whole lot. Please give them a follow if you can do as well, my friends. So for those of you that were here the last time I went live, speaking of Spurs, the arseholes actually ended up taking one up on us as we lost a game we should have won. So we are now 2 points behind them, and they won the league last year for being goddamn mental. So in our case, we see what's going to end up happening as we continue on. 2 points behind them, but still in good form. Well, you know, never say never, Senorita Owl, but I can understand if you don't do it. Anxiety is a bitch and the whole lot. But hey, at the end of the day, you see how it ends up going. I mean, Duck, the Champions League final is on, and you follow an insane amount of FM streamers. So, of course, they're going to be live. Also, well on you, Die, for doing some house cleaning. I need to end up doing it, but my lazy ass despises house cleaning. Case in bloody point, you can see this room ain't exactly clean. So we will. Future Craic will get to that at some point in time, but he's also a lazy prick, so we shall see. I literally panicked the whole time, but it might make a reappearance eventually. Hey, again, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. As I do say, so long as you're enjoying yourself, you're feeling comfortable in whatever you're doing, don't worry about the rest of it. Just get down to it, enjoy what you're at, and see what happens after that, my friend. That's the way I end up following it. That's the way I end up living it. So, you know, not that I can say anything. I'm a minnow in a bloody pond. But you know yourself. Spread the love where the love can be spread. Ooh, okay. Well, there's a joy and a half. Give us a second. Also, by the way, guys, as I stated before, if there are any audio issues or anything like that, please let me know so that we can resolve them as soon as possible. But yes, PSG als. Do you think they'll win? Up. I'm hoping that it ends up going well now and that they end up winning, but it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening. I might take you up on the offer for tips, to be honest. I'm not so tech savvy enough for OBS. Happy out anytime, give us a message, and I'll end up giving you the advice and what I can end up doing. We can sort out your music source issues anyway, and the backing tracks of how to show off your different audio channels and all of that for VODs and elements such as that. So don't worry too much. We can have that discussion and end up helping you sort it all out. I had the same thing when I first did Facecam. It's just a matter of being comfortable in whatever you do. As I turn around and says, I look like a disheveled mess at the moment. I look like I'm after coming out of the backside of a pig's arse. And at the same point in time, I don't care. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to converse with everyone that ends up coming down here. If you came here for good looks... Why the fuck did you come here? But you know, that's the way that it ends up going. I am trying to beat my IRL introvertedness, so it's a good step in that direction. I find the best way to beat introvertedness is just talk as if you're talking to yourself, you know? I'm not arsed about the game, to be honest, all about the crack. Pretty much. It helps, too, that I'm shite at most of the games that I play, Duck. 2.5 hours dodging a fucking monkey. Damn right, it is. You've got this. What was that one? Yeah. And that's the way to end up doing it. Just try to be the best that you can be, and that's all that you can be, you know? But it's all about enjoying it. If you're enjoying yourself, if you're enjoying it and having fun, that's all that matters. Genuinely, that's all that matters. I immediately come in and we're already into contract issues. Oh my god, man. I know you're feeling undervalued, but double your wage? Crikey, my boy. You'll be blessed if you get up to 150, to be honest. You're going to be angry with me because you still have another 3 years in your contract, so... Ooh, did they score? Yeah, Arsenal are 1-0 up. Oh my god. Does that count? Oh my god, it's counting. Oh no. Oh no. Kai Havertz. Well, he made the right decision. He went with Kai Havertz over bloody Gyökeres, and it seems to have worked out for him. Unbelievable for Mikel Arteta. What a start to this game for Arsenal. That's beautiful. Wow. I missed where the 4 off the big 100 is about. Oh, off the 100 stream streak. Awesome, Duck. It'll be awesome to finally have someone over 3 digits. I'll feel so happy. I had a person come in yesterday and say some unsavory things, unfortunately, so I am a little over it right now. I'll get over in time. Trust me, I understand, Owl, how that can end up affecting you. All I would end up saying is, fuck them. Fuck them. And just be you. You know, screw everything that they end up saying. Just be you. Be happy to be you. That's all that ends up mattering. You know, water off its duck's back. As I turn around and say, if you have an actual problem with me, text me. And if you don't have my number, you don't have a right to have a problem with me. That's always been the way that I've ended up living by. If you have a problem with me, text me, and if you don't have my number, you don't have a right to have a problem with me. So if anyone comes in and says any horse shit, that's the adage I live by, because screw that horse crap, you know? That's the way I end up going about it. Also, I can't really blame you now that Arsenal have gone 1-0 up 6 minutes in. You know, we'll see what ends up happening. PSG just went to sleep for a minute there, and we'll see what ends up happening. I said text me, Duck. I didn't say DM me. Every fucking arsehole here has the access to end up DMing me. Very few of you have my actual mobile number. For the moment. Take me out to dinner first. You might end up getting it. I both love and hate the fact that this microphone sensitivity is so far up that you can hear literally everything I do on this table, but it does mean that I can be a cheeky dit and just go a hell of a lot easier. I will find your cellular number. Aura. From a man as beautiful, as eloquent, as gorgeous as yourself. All you have to do is go into 3 to 5 Discord calls with me, butter me up with, you know, bullshit statements to you know, elevate my ego, and you'll have it in no time. You know, there's an easy way to end up getting the Craic's number, because the Craic is an easy man. I mean, that goes for absolutely everyone. All you need to do is butter my ass up and you might end up getting it. I am a massively vain man. But hey, you know, you live with the Craic when you end up having that type of fun and see how she ends up going. Tube is not currently receiving data. If this is correct, send a stream to the correct. Okay, good. That's working there. That's working there, I think. Yeah, that's up and running. There were certain things I forgot to do at the start of the stream, so we'll just do them now. Like this. For any of you that haven't joined my Discord, by the way, one of the best ways to get in talk with me is to end up going into my Discord, or the multitude of other ones that I'm in, like the OTS Discord, the what the hell is the name of your one? Aura Farm Discord, Pizza Party, Club 98, VIG. You know, you can catch me in all of them if you want to end up getting me. But yeah, you go into my one, it's the easiest way to end up getting me. I think it's saying that all of the streams are connected up and that the rates are connected okay. So I think everything is fine. Cheeks are amazing. I mean, Aura. All I will end up saying is if you look at the channel points, there is one that gets you a prime real estate view of the cheeks. And that's all that I can end up saying, because if I say any more than that, you know, everyone will be nuking that goddamn channel point. I have to say too, in the update to the game, they've added more elements to this scouting report, and it's quite interesting that they've ended up doing it. Okay, so we are having encoding issues. Give us 1 second. Okay, so hopefully now that should improve the dropped frames. Let me know that it does, or if it doesn't, that should improve the drop frames that we've been experiencing, if anyone has been experiencing them. Yes, so that's the one that we're doing there. Not really. I'll go over it in a second, Owl, as to what it actually is, because it actually isn't that complicated of a game at all. These tits just made the UI look way more complicated than it needs to be this particular year. But beforehand, we end up swapping over to this. And because Duck is a smart arse... Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to start wearing tighter pants. They don't show off my ass in a flattering view at all. So, here's the thing with Football Manager, Aura. So, fundamentally, the only thing that matters in Football Manager is this screen here. Ignore, oh yeah, I know. Fuck. If you had said that statement yesterday, I would have known where they were. Unfortunately, I did a reorganization of the room today, and I have no idea where the fucking are. So So unfortunately, we shall be leaving them alone. They're not Lunu leggings, but they are they were bought by Primark. They're an online Boohoo Man. I have a couple of Boohoo Man leggings in that element that we end up using for gym stuff and that type of elements. So, I bought them for when I was over in Thailand, because one of the big issues in Thailand is staph infections. So, you know, that's the thing there. So, you know, Also, I am way too hot for this fucking hat, so you're going to see my wild hair today, my friends. But yes, back to explaining this game for a second. So, ironically, this also is far more complicated than it used to be. But so long as you're basically able to set up how the game ends up working together, I might thank you. So this screen here is pretty much the only screen that matters. Put your players in the position that you want them to end up being, and then you have team instructions on how they end up passing work and stuff like that. Fundamentally, so long as you know those certain elements of how football is played, you don't really need to worry about it. But this here is the primary situation of where this game is put down. All of the rest of this is superfluous bullshit that helps you be as micromanagey as you want to be. You can ignore as much or as little as this as you want to. Like, this is telling me that their goalkeeper is in good form at the moment, that he's their best player in form. I don't need to know any of that. It's just nice to end up knowing additional bits of information. For the most part, I still haven't understood how to get the tactics to work properly, but like, you have the ability to like make your tactics have different ways of play. So like, here, in terms of the tactics, we can change to different types of tactics. Now, initially, when you're creating a brand new tactic, so if I clear this slot here, okay, give me a second, because I'm going to save the game so that I can reset this. So if I, okay, so if I clear this slot here, and I'm going to make a brand new tactic, it gives you all of these information bits here. So, take control of the game with a patient attack, retains possession, place in the front foot. So it gives you an idea of the fundamentals of how this is meant to end up playing, and you can devise how your team is going to play it that type of way. Dominate possession, so you're holding the ball an awful lot more, holding it in the middle and going down that way. Wing play, where you're just ignoring the middle completely and just passing it straight in. Clear, which means that just whatever the fuck you're doing works. Jurgen press. This one here, aggressive pressing and attacking with speed, is probably the most up-to-date version of football as it is today. So that's playing out from the back. That's you're always high up the pitch. Elements such as that. Once you get to understand that basic idea of how all of this ends up coming together, you can manipulate it around how that's going to go. And then it's a matter of how micromanagey you want to be. Like, you can go in and you can take control of set pieces if you want to. I've never been able to figure it out. You can go even further and you can go into your actual training mechanisms and set up how your training is going to work. I don't do this. I let the game do this one for me. If you want to go to the ultra micromanagey system of how this ends up working. But in general, even though it looks quite complicated because it's quite an endearing beast, it's a surprisingly simple game. And don't be afraid to ask me questions. I'm more than happy to discuss all of the elements with it, because even now, because of the changes they have made to the UI, there are certain elements of the game that I still end up missing, if you believe that. Yes, it's like the NHL games. It's like out of the park baseball and all of them. Basically, any simulator game you end up having out there, it's basically like them. This is effectively a text-based simulator with fancy little graphics on top of it to make it look more attractable to the average eye, is the best way to end up looking at it, you know? With me, or It's hilarious that you asked that question. It's fucking hilarious that you asked that question with me. That's a very good question. I am notoriously slow at playing this game because I read all of this shit. I glimpse it, mind you, like most of the crap I end up glimpsing it, but I am notoriously slow at getting to the actual game. If this was Duck, in the amount of time that I have sat here talking to you already, he'd have a game or two done. But I'll show you the game. We're getting to it now in a minute. All this type of crap that's happening here is just little elements. You'll see that we have a game right there. So we have 5 more days to go through in order to get to a game where random shite will pop up letting us know about it before we end up getting to the actual game. But we'll get there quick-ish. So, more than likely, in the next 5 to 10 minutes. This is one of the... By the way, Owl, if you're wondering why I'm so good at diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain, this is the game that I ended up doing for 6 months of my goddamn streaming career, where it is just bath or shite off of a wall and just discuss. Oh, you don't have to ask me, Aura. You don't have to ask me. Infamously, and Duck gets absolutely hilarious about this. Infamously, during my FIFA, my FM 26, it's FM story. During my FM 24 experience, which is slightly written in there, infamously, we done a pre-season. That's before we start the actual season. And it took me 8 hours to do the pre-season. In the length of time it took me to do one pre-season, Duck had finished 2 seasons. Oh, they're doing water breaks now? Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh yeah, I know. I'm bonkersly slow at this game. I'm ironically, I'm faster with FM26 than I was with FM24 because one of the good things they've done with this game is they have consolidated an awful lot of the information into quicker little snippets. Like beforehand, it would bring up this portal here with all of the bits for the individual day, and it would come up for every individual important element that would need to come up. So a day would be stopped 5 or 6 times with an important bit of information. Now they kind of chunk that together and try to make a day go faster. Doesn't always work. Would you rather them dehydrate and die? It's not about that, Owl. Although in most cases, yes. It's not about that. It's just, there's been a lot of conversations about the hydration breaks. And I actually like the idea of them doing... No, because it's a valid question. Legitimately, it's an actual valid question. When it comes down to the hydration breaks, I don't actually have a problem with them doing breaks for the hydration breaks. I just think it should be the opposite side of the pitch, and the manager shouldn't be allowed to have a discussion with them. I think the manager should be forced to leave them away because it's a tactical reset situation, and that goes against the flow of the game. It effectively gives them, I know it's only 3 minutes, but effectively gives them a slight tactical reset positioning, and I think that's unfair because it completely resets the flow of the game. Like in this particular case, PSG were coming back into this game, and now Arsenal have had a chance to reset. So you have to be careful about how you end up doing it when it ends up coming down that way, because Arsenal will now end up making changes based on the play that PSG have been doing. So, you need to do extra elements in how to reserve yourself and make sure that that works correctly, if you get me. So it's one of those cases. Okay. Good news, Senior Aura. We are now on the initial team sheet phase. So now we get to decide the team that we're going to play against Sheffield United. Sheffield United are 20th in the Premier League at the moment. That means they have 7 points, which effectively ends up meaning they have won 2 games, drawn 1 game, and lost 8 games. And yes, I'm being a facetious ass and making this take longer than it should. Unfortunately, one of my main players is injured, so we need to do an actual change there. So Adrian Heaven there. So we're going to go Militao, Delict for Zambrani. Give us a second now. Paz there for Heaven. Heaven replaced with Kwambwala. Kwambala with Heaven. Stellar there. Gibson ain't playing this game, so Nico Paz. Bruno Fernandes swapped with Nico Paz. Ahmad ain't fit, so we ain't playing him. Down here we have Buddha Daddy. Oh, we do have Buddha Daddy. Okay, so Buddha Daddy there. Evan Ferguson for Rasmus. Evan Ferguson replaced with Victor Rushk. Victor Rushk replaced with Benjamin Sheshko. Mbwemu there. Dogu replaced with Marcus Rashford. So we're going with Edison, Militao, Euro, Delict, Heaven, Stellar, Buddha Daddy, Mbwemu, Paz, Rashford, and Sesko. One of our strongest teams, but we're coming off of a loss versus a team we shouldn't have lost to. So we actually need to go in with a bit of firepower here and ensure that we actually play with a bit of gumption and a bit of fire and a bit of power in our way. So it is a very important we get back into the mood of things and back into winning ways. Tottenham in this save are choco-blocked or busted, so we have to ensure that we don't give them any leeways of pressure. We need to keep it on and keep our foot on their throat. So we have our team decided there. We have our bench decided here. Willy Kumbala, Milashk, Elias Zambrani down there. Anyone we need or want to replace? No. Okay. So the game itself. This is the this here is the controversial thing of FM26. This is the reason, what you're about to see, that the game skipped 1 year. They changed over to a brand new engine, which is fucking hilarious because it's the exact same game as 24, but the only difference is this match engine. They changed over to this match engine, and this was their big hoo-ha next generation changes that we're after putting into play. You can speed it up, you can make it down, but it makes it look more fluid. It makes it feel more in there, more bitey. Ironically, in my opinion, they've made some failures in the way that this has been done, but you can do two elements here, and I'll show you all of the stuff that ends up coming down, so we'll slow her down for a second. So, it does all of this stuff too, gives you cinematics that you can watch every time if you want to, make you feel like a big Premier League game. Hilarious that they've done this because most people are just skipping the goddamn thing, but you end up having this big feel. It ends up coming down. You're able to enjoy the crack of the way that it ends up coming in. Then it comes to this screen here, and this is the actual match engine that they ended up doing the elements with. You can watch the full match if you want to. You can make it comprehensive, and
3 center backs, 1 DM,
also, my friends, if you can give the mighty Benekage a follow. A West Ham fan, the poor fool, just got sent down thanks to Spurs staying up.
That's gorgeous. What a ball
American
from
streamer,
Forsland,
does Football Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, Action Tyneman, and a smattering of other stuff. He's a fine individual that knows the difference between a pervert and a connoisseur. So please, give the fantastic Benekage a follow as well.
Yeah, that
if you
formation,
can do.
the 3-4-3 diamond, is literally so you throw everything you have at the keeper.
On top of it, you can change certain elements, like you can change to a 2D view, which is this, if you wanted to go old school. You can change to the view behind the goal, which makes it view this way and more straight up and coming that way. You can change the view to be just above the skybox as if you're viewing down via a camera viewpoint there. My favorite one, which is the broadcast that tries to make it look like TV. A tactical version that makes it kind of feel like you're in the stands as a manager. Dramatic sidelines, which, you know, makes it even look more that way. And then vertical scrolling, which to me, it looks like the old school player mode in FIFA and can make you get really sick really, really quickly. So I keep it at broadcast, and then I have it moving a wee bit faster than other people end up doing, and only showing the key highlights. Because if you watch the full match, this match can take almost 30 minutes, depending on how she goes. DJ, it has been some time, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good, grand, and delicious with you? My friends, if you can, give our friend from the pizza party a follow. DJ Yogi himself. Have you get up to anything good, grand, and delicious in the meantime? My good man, what have you been streaming in the last wee while? Has it just been...
Come on, man.
Have you been doing any DJ work, as your name would end up associating with? Has it just been Fortnite and elements such as that? What has the crack been going with you? We're just here playing a wee bit of Football Manager whilst watching the Champions League final of Paris Saint-Germain versus Arsenal. Arsenal, who are currently 1-0 up, and I have one friend who's going to be calling my ass the minute this game ends up finishing if Arsenal win, and I'll be getting a 1-hour rant stating that they're the best team in the goddamn world, the best team that has ever happened, and blah blah blue blue blue. Thank you for the shout out, fam. I'm about to start the grind in a while, but wanted to show at least no bother, my friend, and it is a pleasure to have you in. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. It is always appreciated. Make sure that your stream is absolutely fabulous. Feel free to stay as long as you want to, or go if you need to do your setups. It's a pleasure to have you in, but we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, I agree with you there, Owl. Now, you might be saying that just because Josh is a Arsenal fan and the two of you love to pester each other. But they do have a tendency to be a bit obnoxious. Like the fact that they think that the Invincibles is the best Premier League team when they're not even the best Arsenal team is hilarious. Also, this screen here is quite interesting. Gives you a lot of information when you end up looking at the game. Your in and out of possession, your average goal ratings and all of that. How your pass map is going gives the same for the opposition. Showcases certain elements like where you're playing, the referee, the weather, match stats and elements such as that. Like a lot of information here that's superfluous bullshit that you don't really need to know, but nice information at the same point in time to just make you feel like an analyst in a football situation, you know? No, Josh aside there, insufferable. Yeah, kinda. Like, at the end of the day, I understand it as a London club, and a London club that is, unfortunately, kind of the best London club. They kind of have to... Oh, the lick got a tap in. That's beautiful. I mean, to be fair, of all the Arsenal fans I know of, Senior Duck, you are the best. Also, you unlucky fool, Delict. You unlucky fool. Offside. I mean, you are offside, but still. Also, by the way, just for anyone that isn't actually watching the game, PSG have 80% possession. 80% possession in this game, and they don't look like they're scoring a month of fucking Sundays. That's hilarious. That's hilarious that they're this goddamn docile. Their passing is negligible. Their connective play is slow. Arsenal look like far more of a threat. Their physicality is down and the whole lot. The referee is being awfully soft as well. But like, PSG need to wake the fuck up. Also, what a goal by Brian Mbeumo. Unbelievable pass into Angelo Stellar, who just does a nice spin on his heel, kicks it down there to Mbeumo, who just rockets it past Travers, and nothing he can do. They might as well bring Blankies out onto the pitch. I don't think it's that bad of a game, Owl, to be fair. But Arsenal are playing park the bus football at the moment, admittedly. They still look like the more dangerous team, but they are playing park the bus football at the moment. They're doing exactly what your team Spurs ended up doing to United last year in the Europa League. So, you know, if you win, who gives two ends of a dog's bollocks? You win, you know? Any game is bad when Arsenal are winning. I can't deny that statement now, my friend. Although I will say, one of the thing about FM, if you haven't ended up playing it, for those of you that are still here, is there's a common phrase in the FM community, and we even have an emote created for it. This little Papa Daddy here, known as "You just got FM'd." FM is a random number generator in the back end of things. It decides how you're going to score like this based on random numbers to see whether or not that shot accuracy ends up working. You will notice that I am 2-0 up, okay, against Sheffield United. That means we're doing a phenomenal display of each other. Just keep this in mind right here. Sheffield have had 1 shot and 0 on target. Keep an eye on that, because I almost guarantee you, before the end of this game, those fuckers will get a goal, and they'll probably get it on their first shot on target. I have had times where they have scored a goal with 0 shots on target, and me having 30 shots on target. To give you an example of how laboriously bad this can get, give us a second now. Come back to you, big guy. It is here. How particularly bad this can get. It is here. This this little screenshot here is from FM24. To give you an example of this little screenshot here, that red bar is my team. Okay, it's my team. I'm Crystal Palace. That red bar is my team. That is my team's threat against goal. You will notice that for the majority of this goddamn game, in fact, for the entirety of this goddamn game, I have been a significantly higher threat than Newcastle. And yet, those dickheads scored 3 goals. We call that getting FM'd. Another example of this, an even worse example of this, is from our own Senior Ducky Poo. Senior Ducky Poo, as we've seen there, had this wonderful situation end up happening here. We need to go through this with a wee bit more detail. You will see over there on the right that there is a team that has 4 shots, 2 on target. That's the team that won the game. Duck's team had 53 shots, 28 on target, 4.58 XG. That's their graph. That green is their graph. He got, as we like to call it, FM'd. That's the worst state of FM'd I have ever seen. I love this screenshot so bloody much because I've never seen a worse version of getting FM'd than that. But that's an example of how beautifully mean this game can be. Do you want to know what's really funny about it, Owl? He actually did quit the game for 3 days. He actually did quit the game for 3 days. He left the game for 3 days only to come back to it then and end up coming and whinging to me that the same thing happened to him 3 days later. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious that it ended up happening. But we love those type of moments. Honestly, I don't think any FM player would remove them from the game because it makes it hilarious. Like, I shouldn't have lost to Everton. Everton just randomly ended up ball busting me in the game before this one, but you continue with it and you just enjoy the crack of it. It makes it entertaining. It makes it a good bit of crack, you know. But it's fascinating what ends up happening there. So here's another little showcase of the information that the game ends up giving you. We can now see the live scores of all of the games that are happening with us at the moment. We can see that Spurs are losing. This has nothing to do with your team, Al. They're kicking, like they're our rivals in this particular case. So it has nothing to do with the fact that you're a Spurs fan. It's complete irony. We just want Spurs to lose here. It helps maliciously that we have a running joke here that Spurs are a team that we want to lose, but they're actually losing. That's not going to remain the case. They're going to win that game before the finish, but that's beautiful for us. But you can see here we have 50-50 possession. We have more shots on target. We have more XG. The one thing, and I don't understand how to get this stat to change, they have far more. I can never remember what OOP DA means, so I'll search it up because it is an actual. It's a bullshit stat in football, but it is an actual stat in football. So it means opposition passes per defensive action. So the amount of passes they have done while in defensive orientations to get out of the way. If it's low, it indicates that you're highly aggressive, you're up the pitch, you're not actually doing much in your defensive situation. The fact that theirs is high means they're passing a lot in their own box. Ours is low enough, so that means we're passing up the pitch, we're passing outside of our own box, and we're going that way. I mean, to be fair, for the first 50 minutes of this goddamn stream, they were, Al. You just didn't take enough satisfaction from it. So for the first 60 minutes, you should have been going... It didn't work. This. You should have been like this. Whereas now, as is always the case, you're like this. I love that clip. I love that clip. That might be my favorite pop-up. I love that clip so fucking much. I know I made my own clip, but like I love that clip so much. I am trying to be a nicer, more humble human being. Rude ass, laughing my ass off. Bitch, hold the... No. We need to do this with proper authority. Bitch, hold the phone. We're talking about the rivalries of football. There is a time and there is a place to be a humble individual. There is a time and there is a place to ensure that your rude ass isn't rude. That is not in the world of football. In the world of football, it's cutthroat. They won't be humble to you, so you can't be humble to them. The Arsenal fans are gonna boast like a motherfucker when they win today. So we boast like a motherfucker when we get it back. Oh God, I'm an asshole. Oh, I'm a proper ass. Yeah, well, we're going into half-time now in a couple of minutes. PSG looked like a beaten team to me, but we'll see what ends up happening. Luis Enrique on the side there, who could potentially be an option for Liverpool now that the sacked Arne Slot. By the way, we didn't talk about that. Today, interesting news ended up happening in the world of football as well. Arne Slot, the manager of Liverpool, sacked. A phenomenal, considering their front runner for the position, Xavi Alonso, just signed for Chelsea less than a week ago. So fascinating that has occurred. I mean, I did that last season, Al. You weren't here when it happened. Duck has the clips. Well, actually, he doesn't in this case. But Duck has the receipts. He knows that I ended up having an existential crisis when that ended up occurring. I genuinely don't think they had planned on sacking him. I genuinely don't think they had planned on sacking him. I think it only happened in the last wee bit. I think they just decided to do it after Chelsea ended up signing him. I don't know what changed, whether or not it was something he said in the post-match declarations, whether it was the fact that they didn't win what the fuck were you doing there, Mbuemo? The fact that they didn't win their last game that sealed the deal for him, and Xavi had signed before the last game. I don't know what it was that caused them to make the sacking, but it is a weird choice. What do you mean slow news? It literally happened today, Duck. I wasn't on stream before this to talk about it with you. I mean, if it happened before this, I'd be happy to have turned around and said slow news. I will say it's probably one of the things PSG needs to sign is they need to sign a better goalkeeper. I haven't seen much of PSG this season, but he doesn't fill me with confidence, Matev Safilov. He genuinely doesn't. David Raya looks like a phenomenally better goalkeeper in comparison. Benjamin Šeško has been fucking phenomenal for us in this game, by the way. He's played like a goddamn monster whenever he's had the chance. Also, by the way, when you have a 6'5" striker, if you cross the motherfucking ball into him, he'll score goals. Take notes, IRL United. A 6'5" striker, cross the fucking ball into him. I think that match is going to end 1-0. Oh, have I chimed before the fat lady has sang? Potentially, but we shall see. Things are looking good, grand and delicious at the moment. No! God damn it, why did I open my mouth? Why did I open my mouth? God damn it! They scored 2 goals directly after I said could be good. That's absolutely hilarious. You couldn't write that. I feel that's the game FMing me. That's a primest example of getting FM'd. Like, that's absolutely fucking hilarious. That's genuinely hilarious. I can't believe that. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's absolutely unbelievable. Oh, fuck a duck in a hat basket. Oh. So for you, Owl, you're going... For me, I'm going...
Off is the direction you can fuck.
Oh my god, like genuinely, what are the fucking odds? Ooh. Right, almost lost the goddamn ball there. I will say the one other difference with these headphones, I doubt Aura or Di are actually listening at the moment, but the one problem with these headphones is they're very bloody warm on your ears. Insanely warm on your ears, unlike the Sennheisers. Where the Sennheisers let more air in and the whole lot. You know, it's just a slightly better reprieve against you. These motherfuckers are just warm. I mean, I don't blame you at all. It's bloody hilarious. It's typical bullshit that ends up occurring to me. We end up having a 3 out of 3 goals performance here against the bottom league at the table, and they end up coming down. And got a pair with an elastic band on top. I'm kind of surprised by that. I expected you'd be the type of person to end up wearing the cat ears or dragon ears or some shit like that in your headphones. Or maybe you do and you're just saying that you're fixed them with an elastic band. West Ham getting a 1-1 versus Chelsea. So we don't need to worry now. We have the win here, but still, the fact that they came back into the game, the fact that Spurs got their 2-1 win is infuriating. By the way, that's a showcase of match momentum. At no point in time had they any match momentum. We dominated this match. No, I just playing black headphones, plus I have a small head, and the others fell off consistently. I mean, that's something to end up holding up in high regards, the fact that you have a small head, I suppose. So, yep, halftime declared there, I think. Yep, halftime declared there. Arsenal 1-0 up. PSG with 77% possession. And yet, they don't look like they're going to score at all. Glass houses, Owl. I can't say a fucking thing. I mean, it's certainly looking that way. It's certainly looking that way. Surely would be what? No. There's been tons and tons and tons of Champions Leagues that have been as bad as this. Tons of them. But as for the actual winning team, I don't even think it's close to being the worst winning team either. Like, genuinely, you have to keep in mind that but it doesn't matter which side ends up doing it. As a team, both teams are better than the likes of the Porto team that won it. Like, to be fair, it's an amazing thing what Jose Mourinho ended up doing with that Porto team. But at the same point in time, that was not a good team. That was just a really poor year in the Champions League. I would argue that the year that City done the treble, that was the worst City team that went in there. Like, City got knocked out really quick this year. That's the reason why it happened. They're worse this year than they were the year they won the treble. But that was one of the worst City teams that went in there. I would argue that City team that won the treble is worse than this Arsenal team in terms of just general play, which is a deep statement. Like, I don't think Arsenal are as bad as people say. They just play boring football. Who gives a shit? If you win, who cares? I genuinely don't think they do up. I genuinely don't think they do. I think the defensive excellence of this Arsenal team would stop that City team, because that City team was exposed the minute you figured out, and why no one done this, I could never understand. They won a fucking treble and no one decided to do this. That City team stopped the second you man-marked Kevin De Bruyne. Who would have guessed? Arguably the best midfielder in the history of the Premier League. If you man-mark the bastard, you stop the team. The big thing is you had to do it to, you had to man-mark him and you had to man-mark Rodri. You know, Rodri was in next level that season as well. But if you man-mark Kevin De Bruyne, half the battle's finished. You know? Like, that City team dismantled Real Madrid, battered Bayern Munich, and bet a great defensive team in Inter Milan in the final. Okay, first of all, battered Real Madrid is arguable, considering Real Madrid almost bet them. It was only in the second leg that they battered them. I'll agree with you on that one. In terms of battering Bayern, I will agree with you, but at the same point in time, Vincent Kompany should never have been the Bayern manager and still never should be the Bayern manager. And as for a great defensive Inter Milan team, that'll tell you how shit that fucking Champions League was, because that Inter team is not a good team. No, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. They did dismantle them on one leg. I'm not arguing with you on that. They did dismantle the Real Madrid team on the second leg. Or was it Tuchel at that point? Fair enough. I thought that was the season when Vincent Kompany had his first season with them. Fair enough. Again, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But I still don't understand, because you know how to stop that team. Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne, and that's it. And in fact, in the Premier League, most of the time you didn't even need to worry about them. If you man-marked Haaland, you bloody bet them. But hey, who gives a shit? Genuinely, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, if Arsenal win the double here, I'll be happy for them. It'll be nice that the club will finally get the Champions League that they've never had. It's just going to be hilarious going from a bunch of people, and to be fair, this is modern football and 100% true. If Mikel Arteta didn't win anything this season, Mikel Arteta was getting the sack. But Mikel Arteta now has the potential in this one season alone, with the results going the right way, to become their greatest ever manager. If he wins this game tonight, he's their greatest ever manager. That's an unfortunate statement for Arsenal, but sadly a true statement. Like, say what you want to about it, whether or not it's right that should be the case, but it is just true. Factually, he's the greatest manager. Because he's gotten them something the club has never had in a Champions League, and it's been 22 years since they won a Premier League. They've only, correct me if I'm wrong on this, they only won it twice with Arsene Wenger, right? He's no Herbert Chapman. I can't comment on him. I'll be honest with you, I can't comment on him. I know absolutely nothing about Herbert Chapman. Did he win 3? Fair enough. I thought it was 2. Again, it doesn't really matter. The fact that he gets them a Champions League and a Premier League in the same season makes him the greatest manager. As sad as that statement is. You know? 97, 01, and 04. Fair enough. Again, not arguing with you. Keep in mind, at 97, I was 4. At 90, I was either 1 or 2.5. Like... So, you know, and I'm not an Arsenal supporter, Duck, so you'd have a better idea than me. And now we go into a big bad match here. Chelsea, 6th in the Premier League, Jose Mourinho as their manager, with this collection of fucking players. No, I haven't. I haven't yet seen your up. Although, we're not starting it now because I need to do graphics and I need to do everything with it. However, all going well next week. Probably. I haven't a clue. All going well next week. Unemployed. Rags to riches. Asshole Craic has been created up there. Craic himself has 0 experience. He has 0 badges. He has 0 game time. We shall see what ends up happening, and the Craic shall go 90. We have to make the graphics for it when we're setting it up, but rags to riches will end up starting. As the plans end up going, we're going to do it once a week, and we'll see how the Craic ends up going on that way. But that is the plan. That is the plan in order to do that. Can you tell us why, Al? What is it about the World Cup that you're not excited about? Because genuinely speaking, I actually am excited about it, because I actually don't mind it being in America. I think it'll give it a pomp and circumstance that the World Cup needs, and I'm hoping it'll add a little bit of gravitas to the whole experience. My city is hosting some games, and it's going to make commute to hell. Now, that's you being, how do I say this nicely? How do we say this nicely? Well, considering we can't say it nicely, we'll just say it factually. That's just you being a selfish bitch. I'm about to say the most thing an Arsenal fan that will come very close to the whole Spurs winning the Audi Cup joke. Ah, yeah. Football League Centurion Trophy, you never sing that. Just piss off, Duck. Too expensive infrastructure not there. I don't agree on the infrastructure bit, the too expensive bit. Sadly, that's going to be the case everywhere. Sadly, that's the case everywhere. It's getting expensive absolutely everywhere. I don't think that's an American thing. I think everywhere in the world it's getting expensive. Clash in Italy tonight was 190 quid for the cheap seats. It was 490 quid to travel into Italy, and that got you 1 hour away from Turin. You still needed to get a bus from Turin, from that airport to Turin. The travel alone to get to Turin cost you the guts of 600 quid to anyone that went there. Unless you were willing to go to somewhere closer to Turin itself, an actual major city, and travel 5 to 6 hours on a bus. To be honest, I think the infrastructure in America is fine for the American World Cup. As for the expense when it ends up coming down there, we'll see what ends up happening. The thing is, when it comes down to that, saying the infrastructure isn't there for traveling between states or counties in an affordable way, I don't think that's true. Correct me if I'm wrong. The average flight, because I was looking to go from Las Vegas to California one of the days when I was out in Las Vegas, I got quoted $42 to fly from Las Vegas both ways to California. You pay that on a bus anyway, you know. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the infrastructure isn't there. Maybe people think that that's a different way about it. I'm of the opinion that it actually has the infrastructure for it. Whether or not it's deserving of it because of the fan base that's there, I think it's a good demonstration to grow the fan base in America. And America is doing insane infrastructural changes to the academy structure in order to add players in there. The hope is that America will produce a Neymar or someone of that description, a person better than Weston McKenna. But I don't have a problem with it. It's just a matter of hopefully it ends up going well, and hopefully there aren't any fucking dicks protesting at it. Like, I understand wanting to do protests and the whole lot, but please, on an event where you're showcasing off your country to the world, please don't do it. Especially when the Europeans want you to do it, to make everything out as you being asses. Just don't do it. You're going to make your country look like a bunch of tits if you do it. But hey, we'll see. Why let the US host the games? They have no chance of winning. I mean, to be fair, Al, Qatar hosted it before this. Qatar had even less of a chance of winning it than ye did. Say what you want to about Ange Postecoglou. He's not a bad manager. So we'll see what ends up happening. Oh, I misread. Our local MLS facility is hosting the Ecuadorian team. No actual games here, I don't think. Fair enough. That I can't comment on. That I genuinely don't know. I cannot comment on that. I genuinely have not got a clue. I didn't do any checks to it. Referees almost helped them to it. Oh, hold on. To be frank, what would be a walk to the corner shop US people would drive? Well, not really. What you count as a walk to the corner shop and they count as a walk to the corner shop is a 20-minute drive. And they consider that 20-minute drive to be the walk. Like, when I was in Florida, now to be fair, it was fucking 15 years ago, and I wasn't the one driving, but we drove through one town, and that one town had 20 minutes between estates. You were driving for 20 minutes between estates, not towns, estates. That makes no sense to me. But hey, you know, that's a completely different conversation to be had. South Africa and Qatar only World Cup hosts to get grouped. What, I don't get what you mean by that, Duck. Is that to get straight through? What do you mean by grouped? My apologies. I'm being an nincompoop here. This isn't anything to do with you. This is me being a tit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Victor Rook, Alex Jimenez. Is Evan Ferguson fit? Rasmus is there. Sesko is there. Ferguson. Well, you're coming, Ferguson. As for Šeško, we're swapping Šeško with Victor Rook. And as annoying as it is to be playing with two players that are only meant to play a maximum of 45 minutes, I don't think we really have a choice. Well, we do. We can put Nico Paz there even though he's tired. And here... Where's Manu? Shit. Okay, well, Bruno, shit. Well, let's see how this ends up going. We don't really have a choice. We might end up getting injuries out of this one, but we don't really have a choice. So we're going to go Edison, Eder Militao, Yoro, Ilias Imbrani, Patrick Dogu, Adiu Budadadi, Nathaniel Decat, one of my favorite players, Nathan Decat, sorry, Amad Diallo, Bruno Fernandes, Victor Rushk, and Rasmus Højlund up front. Wish us some luck, because we might end up needing it. The closest World Cup match to me are going on in Philadelphia. One state over, it's an 8-hour drive. Yeah, but that's the thing about it. That's just the way that it ends up going. Go out in the group stages, not get out of the group. Okay, fair enough. Funny how Tuchel got a contract before the tournament. I mean, England didn't really have a choice in the matter. If they didn't give him the contract, he was going to leave and he was going to join a different club. United had contacted his agents to see what's going on and to see whether or not he would have any interest. And it just didn't end up working out that way, that it would end up coming and that he'd be able to do it. But genuinely, England didn't really have a choice. Sorry, give us 1 second. Yep, sorry about that. Yep, cool. So, Arsenal have started up here again now, and we'll see how this ends up going. His original contract expired after this World Cup, and given the squad he picked, should have let him walk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is something to be said about maturity and seniority coming through it. Personally, I would have brought Morgan Gibbs-White with him. Personally, I would have brought Harry Maguire with me, so it's funny that that ended up happening. But hey, we'll see what ends up happening, and England are still one of the favourites, although I think the favourites are France. Genuinely speaking, if France don't win the World Cup, that manager should get sacked. France's team is so disgustingly strong that their bench is a first team, and their their reserves is a goddamn first team. So it's hard to put any bloody way line or sympathy or anything on France. I genuinely think the manager should get his ass sacked into the goddamn moon if he doesn't end up winning the World Cup. Like, that has to be his answer. He has to get the World Cup, otherwise it's just a failure. It's just a failure if he doesn't, in my opinion. He's leaving anyways, I think. Well, what makes you think that up? Because, like, he signed the new contract, he has no real reason to leave, and it's a cushiony job. Like, there's a reason why the Northern Ireland manager is doing domestic football as well. It's because international football is not a hard job. You know? Yes, and half of the African NTs are French rejects. I don't know. I can't comment on that. I genuinely can't comment on that. I have no. France manager. Oh, you mean the France manager? Okay, I thought you were still on about Tuchel. Yeah, no, the France manager's leaving after the World Cup. To be honest, I don't know why they just didn't sack him, because it's blatantly bloody honest that it's blatantly bloody obvious that they're giving the job to Zinedine Zidane. So I don't know why they didn't just do that. Maybe Zinedine wasn't willing to come into this World Cup because he didn't have enough time with the squad to be able to do anything good. Maybe that's the reason why it ended up happening. But it's blatantly obvious that they were hoping Zinedine Zidane to take the goddamn job. No bother. Have a great time with your grand senior duck. I should still be alive when you end up coming back. Well, I'll be alive, but I should still be live when you end up coming back. So no bother with that, my friend. No bother at all with that. Now, let's see how we end up doing against this, because we look to be having another Hands of Midas moment. For those of you that do not know or have not been in my streams before to see this, Hands of Midas is when the opposition team are not performing particularly well, but their goalkeeper decides to become prime fucking Buffon. Everything they touch turns to goddamn gold, and we can't score. Unless you Nathan the Cat, and he scores one for you anyways. To my knowledge, I believe Clash is on at 8 p.m, Duck. Clash in Italy, start time is 7 p.m. BST. So it's starting at 7. So it's starting... This game won't have finished by the time Clash starts. So, you know, we might be having a double watch along at the moment, because I might end up knocking on Clash in the background whilst this game is going on, considering how goddamn boring the goddamn thing is. But we shall see. Maybe PSG will have the gumption and firepower and actual self-awareness to kick their arse into gear and do something. You know, not be a bunch of thunderheads that are literally just bouncing the ball around like a bunch of tits. Because they're not at anything at the moment. Like, I have seen dead fish with more bite out of them than this PSG team. Like, genuinely, this PSG... Like, I don't want to pull the piss out of it, but this PSG team is performing like Manchester United did versus Spurs last season. Like, this is a carbon bloody copy of last year's Europa League final. A carbon copy of last year's Europa League final, where... one team is fucking dominating the other, and they just can't score. And United dominated Spurs for that game. They just couldn't score. And it's very much looking like that's going to be the case here again today. Sadly. Very much sadly. I think my Blanky comment isn't too far off. I mean, at this point, you're not exactly wrong. I mean, this is so goddamn boring, it's buffering my goddamn stream. Gunther versus Cody. Jacob, I think Jacob versus Roman. Brock versus Oba. I don't know what the women's match is. It boggles the fucking mind to me that Yulia isn't on the goddamn pay-per-view. Like, I like WWE. I want to give WWE some fucking love, but the fact that the Japanese star who has lineage to fucking Italy, her grandfather is from Italy, isn't on the goddamn show. It's effectively her home fucking town. The fact that she isn't on the show is asinine. Asinine. Like, they put Axiom on fucking SmackDown because they were in Barcelona and he's from Spain. They could have put Julia on the show. They didn't need to take the goddamn title off of her. And she could have defended the US title or had a rematch in this goddamn game. But hey, you know, swings and roundabouts, and there's no point fucking complaining about it. Also, 2-0 up, 2-1 up, because of course they bloody are. Spurs playing like kings again. And Bruno's injured, so we have to make a substitution. Oh my god, Brock is still doing it? Kinda. He announced this. I was there at Mania where he announced his retirement. I think everyone knew that he was going to keep going until Minneapolis, Minnesota's SummerSlam, where he's probably going to face Gunther. So he's still going for another 3 months, maybe. But he, like, to be fair to him, he's Brock is one of the best to ever do it. Like, genuinely, his selling is next level. He's one of the best big men ever to bloody do it. He's med stars galore, Brock Lesnar. Anyone that wants to get into professional wrestling needs to take note of the shit that Brock Lesnar has done, because his run is generational. Generational. He's genuinely one of the best big men to ever have done it. But yeah, I haven't fully kept up with WWE in years. I just know he's a prick. Yes. Mask versus Mask is tonight. I believe it is after Clash in Italy. Up. But correct me if I'm wrong about that. The thing with Brock is calling him a prick is probably a bit unfair, Owl. It's not really that he's a prick. It's that he is the soundest person in the world to work with if you're in the industry. He's a prick to people that aren't in the industry. Like, he doesn't, and I don't blame him, he doesn't want people coming up talking to him outside of wrestling. He doesn't want an average Joe Smo coming up and annoying him when he's in the gym or something like that. So he comes across prickly to fans. And yeah, he was named in the Grant lawsuit, but it was never really proven that was him. So who the fuck knows? And he's been cleared on that. So, you know, he was offered sexual favors by Vince McMahon. It's just never been confirmed that he took them. It's certainly looking like in this goddamn save that they're going to remain being kings, Owl, because Spurs are monsters in this goddamn save, and there's very, very little I can do to stop them. Which is insanely annoying. I just don't like that he shows up maybe once a year and got a title shot and disappears again. I can understand that. That's a different kettle of fish. That's 100% understandable that you don't like that element of it. The thing is, it's just that he elevates everyone that he's been in the ring with. He is primarily the reason that Roman Reigns is as big as he is today. If it wasn't for him, Roman Reigns wouldn't be the tribal chief. He wouldn't be the guy that he is today. And he's made Obafemi look like a goddamn king. So, you know, you do what you can, you see what ends up happening. Monterrey, the biggest villain in all of Mexican wrestling, Chaperone American, was booed out of the wrestling. Oh my god, so the El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano were fighting in the lobby. The lobby, this is awesome. El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano were fighting in the lobby of the spot that they're staying in Mexico. So the fans are going absolutely nuts, throwing shit at Chad Gable and the whole lot. He had to get escorted out by security, whilst the other El Grande Americano stands on top of a platform cheering to all of the goddamn fans. That, to be honest, that's so good. I love what Taker's doing there. See much of the Bond game? Die. who was in the chat earlier on, was playing Bond. I haven't purchased it for two reasons. One, I don't want to pay 70 quid on it. And two, if I'm paying 70 quid in a game, it's a game I want to stream. That's a stealth-based game like Dishonored. Well, not stealth-based, but that's a game like Dishonored where there's multiple ways to end up doing stuff. And as we seen with Lumen Tale, if I try something and it gives me the option to do it, and I fail it, and it's optional, my automatic approach is to reset and continue to do it and do it and do it and do it again. You assholes would not enjoy me playing Bond. So that would be an off-stream game. And I ain't spending 70 quid on an off-stream game. It doesn't attract me too much. So I'll watch people play it. It looks very, very good. It looks very, very good. And we'll see what ends up happening with it. I'm happy that it's doing phenomenally well. I'm happy that it's sold out ridiculously quick. That is phenomenal to end up seeing, phenomenal to end up hearing, especially considering all of the horse crap that MGMM Studios have gone through after Amazon ended up purchasing it. And it's beautiful that they got a developer that actually cares about the IP and seems to actually end up putting love and respect upon it. But we'll see what ends up happening. But I couldn't tell you anything about it post 2016. That's fair. That's fair, Al. That's like me trying to beat the same boss in Elden Ring for a year and then uninstalling it. Well, I haven't done the uninstall bit, but as we've seen multiple times here, like the last time we played Shin Megami Tensei 5, I will spend 2.5 hours on the boss that I am woefully underprepared for because there's an iota of a chance of me winning it. Even if it is bullshit that it ends up doing 2 Megalodons if you end up killing the bloody legions that are behind it, and absolutely bullshit that it has a move called Soul Divide that ends up potentially stunning you, silencing you, and it does half of your goddamn health points when you're at the level that it ends up doing it. But never mind that! I mean, neither of the two of them have been known for wearing suits. But it is a Champions League final. You probably should wear a suit. So you know yourself. Souls games are so good, but they are going to be the reason I will have grey hair before I'm 30. Before you're 30? I thought you were 30, Al. Fair enough. I thought you had said before that you were 30. But I have the height of respect for anyone that's good at Souls games. Especially those insane pillocks that are able to do all of the Souls games no hit. There's people there that can do Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Elden Ring without getting hit and have done the Monopoly, have done the whole fucking shebang. I have the height of respect for those tits. How they do that, I do not know. And the person that bet Dark Souls 1 on a Dance Dance Revolution pad, you are a mistress of the dark arts, and I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't want to be anywhere near you. You are a scary individual. You are channeling some bloody dangerous elements. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Xavi Simmons with a hat-trick. That's how you know this game is unrealistic. How's the workout going, my friend? Today, I wanted to die. I didn't want to continue at it. It was a strength and conditioning one. We started with a hex bar deadlift with 15 and 15, 30 and 20, 50, with 100 kg on it. 100 kg for 6 for 4. So 100 kg by 6 reps by 4 sequences. So we had done that. Then we done 125 meters on the rowing machine at to 30 seconds per intervals at 250 meters, going down to 2 seconds at the interval. Then we done walking lunges with barbell lifts, which is you put the barbell like that and you lift the fucker up like this. Dead incisor push-ups where you have dead bells down and you're holding on to them and doing your push-ups. And then the rowing machine again at the end of it for 750 meters, keeping it at 2 seconds or 2 minutes, whatever the fucking ration is for the time period. So it walloped my ass 10 shades to crap. Walloped my ass 10 shades to crap. But we'll see what ends up happening. Are they after giving a penalty? My thing is after freezing there, so I don't know what's happening here. It looked like a penalty. I think they signed him for something like 60 million quid. I know in FM he's one of the best players you can sign if you can get him. Vinetta. I'll spoil away, my friend. I don't give a shit. Yes, it's 1-1. Nice. Oh, Osman Dembele took it. What the fuck are you on about with Vinetta? The fuck are you on about with Vinetta? The man that's going to challenge Declan Rice and Bruno Fernandes for the Ballon d'Or has equalised the game. And do you want to know what the funny thing about that is? That could be the death nail in Arsenal's dream. That could be the death nail in Arsenal's dream, because Arsenal actually need to wake up now. They actually need to wake up now, because Arsenal are not fighting in this game at all. So that's something that you like to end up seeing. I don't have goal here like some people end up having, so I suppose I'll just do this. Though I will say, I feel sorry for Senior Duck, because when he comes back from his grandmother, we're going to be pulling the absolute piss out of him. We are back, Owl. Sure, we never left. The Craic is 90 and she's going good, grand and delicious. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. Not going to touch that. I think we can continue on for now. We do have a transfer window coming up now as well, and we have quite a bit of money, so we might end up doing some transfers if we can. Specifically, the zone that we need in terms of transfers is either right back or left back. I don't know if there's anyone actually good. Ooh, shit. I don't know if there's anyone actually good out there for us to get. But we shall have a gawk, and we shall see. I had lost all hope. Now the light is back in my eyes. You had lost hope while you were in one of my streams? I'm disappointed. I thought I gave people more hope. I thought I gave people more love. I thought I gave people more joy than that, my friend. I'm deeply disappointed. But I'm also an arrogant ass, so, you know, there is that. I mean, in general, yes. In the soccer match, no. I mean, I can do both. You don't have to be so cruel. You don't have to put the bar that high. No. I'm not cruel. I'm an asshole. There's a difference. It's slight. Very, very slight. But there's a difference. Yeah, we had Mark Cucurella for a bit, but we sold it for 16 million quid. There is fucking nobody out there that's good. Wow. Okay. for that particular position. So we just have to go with what we have and hope that they continue to work. Oh, we have a Champions League game coming up too. Oh, we have Palace. Interesting. Oh, we have a game on my birthday, the 9th of December versus Aston Villa. Ooh. Arsenal would want to be worried now. PSG are starting to come back into this. They're starting to come with a bit of fire and brimstone. It seems like the lick has been fused under their own umbrella, and they're ready to go. Spurs suck. Blah blah blah. I am my own brand of asshole. I mean, if you're not going to be an asshole to yourself, nobody will be an asshole to you. And does anybody really want you if you're not a proper asshole? I wonder if you do it. If you go for him. Well, he's the wrong side anyway, because we have Saba. So no is the answer to that question. I am sarcastic with a straight face, which is apparently mean. Fuck it, if that's mean, then never fucking meet me. Genuinely, if that's fucking mean, never meet me. I'd be damn near considered a terrorist. I wonder what he got up to, too. I wonder if he's actually out watching the Arsenal game. Because I know he was talking about potentially watching it. Oh, Jack Whitehall sat there with fucking David Beckham. Wow. With Alex Scott, David Beckham, and I don't know who the other book is, as we go for another bloody water break with the managers there giving bloody things. I figured he'd be streaming in the Discord, to be honest. I mean, there was two people that were discussing that they might end up doing it that didn't end up doing, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. Because I know Tizzo was on about potentially doing it as well. And it just didn't end up happening, unfortunately. Gent and the Scholar as well. If you haven't, and I do this every goddamn time, but if you haven't, I'm going to search it up this time so I don't end up getting the wrong one. There we go. If you haven't, because he is technically still on a partner push, I think. I don't think he got it yet. If you haven't, please give Tizzo a follow as well. Gent and the Scholar, fantastic streamer as well. Do give him a follow.
We talked about doing a baking birthday stream.
Actually, yes, there was one other thing I needed to do that I forgot that I needed to do. My friends,
That's who we're trying
so
to
we
win.
need to save you. Give us 1 second. Come to here.
I did not. I was distracted. Was there really a
image logos?
Was there really?
Save you.
Really? Was there really? Here.
So the other thing we need to do as well, and I need to actually set this up to its own command, but bear with me now as I do this. Because I forgot to do it earlier, and if I forget to do it, I'm not going to do it. So I need to do this and then set it up as a command for something else later. Yes, so this. This is something that everyone needs to keep in mind as well. If you haven't done so and you didn't follow him, please give Dai a follow. A gent and a scholar, fantastic streamer in his own right, is getting front page on Twitch for his first time. For his birthday there, and we're able to end up giving him some love there if we can do. If you can get to it, please do. Please give him a follow and the whole lot. That should be an awesome time, and he definitely deserves a bit of love for doing it. On top of that, too, another friend in the chat that we're going to give a shout out as well to, that please, if you can, give a follow, is the absolute phenomenal Tara Shark. She is doing a partner push come June and has 6 more streams that she needs to end up getting the actual requisite numbers in order to do it. She was the spotlight streamer on Pizza Party this week, and genuinely, she's coming to do it as well. So if you can give her a follow as well. We want to, whenever anyone is doing this type of stuff, send the love out, give them all the chance that we can in order to get what they're at. Because I know if the roles were reversed and I was in a situation where there was the potential for me to end up getting partner, they would end up helping me. So please, if you can spread the love back to them. Okay, so we are continuing on now. Our run of form has been good in this particular situation here, so we'll see what ends up happening as we continue on, and we'll see how things go. Tara helped me push up to affiliate. She's the best. She genuinely is. She's awesome. I'm part of her Shark Tank. It's one of the logos that you'll see up there in the top right-hand corner of all of the teams that I'm in. Genuinely fantastic individual. One of the nicest people you'll end up doing with. Always, always, always communicative. She's in so many streams and the whole lot as well. A moderator for so many of them. Genuinely an unbelievable person. I know it means diddly squat, but if you can please, please, please give them the follow. Because they genuinely, genuinely deserve it. Now, what are we at now? We're going into a match versus Crystal Palace. We should be good to end up beating them. They're not a bad team, so we do actually need to be careful about how we end up going about this. Damari. We look at Damari as well and see if he's any good. I don't actually think he is. Stuttgart, 54 million. He is adequate, but not enough for 54 million. Fair enough. So, this is where my hubris comes into play. Crystal Palace are not a team to take lightly. This is something I would have done versus the likes of Sheffield United if it wasn't for the fact that we lost to Everton. But I like to give the youth of my squad games, if at all possible, to project them up, give them a chance to end up coming in and have more fun to it. Spurs won, by the way, so they're still staying top, because of course they fucking did. But Palace are 7th, so they're no weak man's team. They're no weak man's team. So we can't go too light against them. We have to be cognizant of the fact that they are a strong team. With that being said, I want to try and give some youth a go. I would have played Festus there, but I'm not going to take that risk. I'm not going to go too weak in this particular case, but the ways that we are going to go weaker than we probably should is Ilya Zambrani is not going to play, and Lenny Yoro is not getting a game at all here. Instead, we're going to bring the young 20-year-old Jordan Godou in. Has immense potential, but as you can see, his stats are starting to weigh downwards in projection as opposed to upwards. This is one of the things in this game I don't really know what to do about. This is where if you're more heavy on the micromanaging nature of the game, you can end up noticing this type of thing and end up trying to curve it and understand why it's happening. To be fair, the reason why Jordan is, or Joanne, or however you want to pronounce him, is lowering down is he's not getting enough game time and the stats are decreasing as a result of it. But he's also currently not good enough, but he is good enough not to go out on loan. So it's one of those weird situations that we need to be careful. Ooh, okay. PSG almost scored. It ricocheted off at the Demba. I think this is going to extra time, my friends. PSG are scoring, or this is going to extra time. This is phenomenal. Anyways, so we're going to go Alex Jimenez, Godot, Matthias de Ligt. We're going to keep Willie Sambrani. Willie Sambrani as a replacement for Jimenez, and Militao we're going to end up putting on the bench. We're going to put Patrick Dogu on the side there. So we're going to go Alex Jimenez, Godot, De Ligt, and Patrick Dogu. In the middle, we're going to go Matayev Kishlak. Considering he scored the goal the last time, we're going to do it again. So we're going to have Nathan De Cat there. Brian Mbeumo is no longer tired, so we will go with Brian Mbeumo there. God, I said I wanted to give the youth a go. I don't think a single youth player is going to get a go here, are they? Bruno is tired, so if we take the cat off, swap Bruno with Kenneth Elkhorn. And we go Mishlak and Kenneth Elkhorn with Nathan the Cat coming on later on. Nope. Sorry, Kishlak, you're the fall man here, so you're the one that'll end up coming on. So we're going to go Elkhorn and Nathan the Cat. Brian Mbeumo, Nico Paz, and do we have a replacement for Rashford? Hopefully we do. I don't know. Are you tired? No. So we're going to go with Alex Sinandro there. And we have Victor Rushk as a potential swap for him. We don't need 3 people in that defensive position, so one of these needs to get dropped. Of the 3 of them, Stiller is the one that probably can end up being afforded to be dropped the most. So we're probably going to end up dropping Stiller and bringing Al Wadi with us as our potential replacement option on the wing there. So this is our squad now. So we're going to go Edison, Alex Jimenez, Godot, De Ligt, Dogu, Elkhorn, De Cat, Mbeumo, Paz, Sandro, and Sesko. That should be good enough for us to get the win here versus Palace. The other annoying thing about Palace when it comes down to us, that's a particular feeding issue in my particular web of situations, is their manager. Gareth Southgate, in my opinion, is not a good manager. Gareth Southgate, in my opinion, is barely a championship manager. Gareth Southgate, in my opinion, should never have been the England manager. In my opinion, Gareth Southgate should be nowhere near Premier League football. And of course, as a result of that, Gareth Southgate is one of many kryptonites that consistently boot my ass the wrong way and make things more difficult. He hasn't beaten us in quite a while since joining Crystal Palace, but the game is always sweaty bum time. Always sweaty bum time. He's not the Palace manager IRL, by the way, Al. It's just that in this save, Glasner had left, and he was the replacement. Like, Ruben Amorim is the Newcastle manager in this particular game because Eddie Howe got sacked. So, you know, it's interesting the way that some people can end up going. As we've seen there, Jose Mourinho is the Chelsea manager after Enzo Maresca got sacked. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the weirdness of all weirdnesses, Pep Guardiola is the Arsenal manager. So, you know, FM has a tendency to be a tad weird. But we roll with the punches and we see how she goes. Yeah, that shows you know how much I know. There's nothing wrong with it. Your soccer ain't your forte. Why would you know something that ain't your forte? It ain't even your country's natural bloody following or anything like that. So it's completely understandable. I mean, Kvaratskhelia would want to be a good player. They did spend north of 70 million quid on him. In the January transfer window when they signed him, so he'd want to be a good player up. You're a hockey person, are you? How do you, like, what do you think of hockey? Because it's effectively just, like, MMA fighting on bloody ice, for the most part. NBA coming to England next season, can't wait. Interesting. Is it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where they're playing? Because that's the stadium that's set up for that shite. So that would be the place where they could potentially do it. You know, I have no idea. Like ice hockey, because that they can scrap there. I suppose I didn't ask that. Are you just a regular hockey person, or are you an ice hockey person? The Co-op Live Arena in Manchester. Really? Who is that associated to any football team? Up. Or is the co-op arena just a random arena that's used in Manchester, like the Tree Arena in fucking Dublin or something like that? It's on the Etihad campus. Okay, so it's effectively a city stadium. Not too bad. You know yourself. I love it. I have season tickets for the local NHL team. Game has definitely gotten softer over the years. Ice hockey, that is the regular hockey here. No one plays field hockey. I mean, to be fair, it kind of had to go softer. Because, like, that sport was rife with CTE and the whole lot, and after what we've seen from Chris Benoit in wrestling, you can't ignore CTE anymore. You just can't do it. You can't be letting direct shots to the head happen. I mean, it's not exactly popular over here either, up, to be fair. This game is definitely going to extra time, by the way. There ain't a chance in hell this game ain't going to extra time. Because neither team looks like they want to actually attack. I'd be shocked if one of them scored before the 90th minute. Oh, okay, so I'm a tit. I thought Clash in Italy was today. Clash in Italy is tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, that's a daft mistake by me. Oh, yeah. But the comment about it, we don't really talk about officiating. Like, football's officiating ain't exactly good. Also, by the way, if Arsenal win this game, David Raya needs to be given a fucking raise. David Raya needs to be given a goddamn raise, because David Raya is playing fucking legendary in this game. He's playing like a prime Buffon. He's playing fucking legendary in this game. Triple Mania PLE. It is Triple A. Noches del Gros, 30th of May. Yes, it's tonight. The good thing with that too is that that's on YouTube, so you don't. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's on YouTube, so you don't need to go on Netflix or anything like that. They just stream that live on YouTube. And Taker being the booker is interesting. Also, by the way, are you just doing oh no now in the last 2 minutes of this goddamn match to piss me off when no goal ends up going in up? Are you starting that shite again? Because you used to do this all the time, knowing that I'm behind you in the stream to piss me off, and it does properly annoy me a bit. It doesn't piss me off, but it does properly annoy me a bit. Oh, I was, oh no, at the WWE meet tomorrow. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. To be fair, it gives something interesting to end up happening tomorrow. I currently do not know what my plan is for tomorrow. I am meeting a friend for a coffee in the local town here. Well, city, technically. Well, you know, it's funny. In Ireland has a really interesting declaration of what a town and a city is. A city in Ireland is classified if it has 2 cathedrals. If it has 2 cathedrals, it is a city in Ireland. That was the old school iconography of what a city was in Ireland. It didn't matter how many people lived in it. It didn't matter general infrastructure. It didn't need to have a hospital. It didn't need to have any other infrastructure whatsoever. If it had 2 cathedrals, it was a city. The area that I am from, that most people end up knowing if you've been in the chat long enough, and if you don't know, you need to be in my chat more because it slips every now and again. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, duck, don't spoil it. If you know where I am from, you know that the place that I am from only has the one cathedral, and then depending on how you feel about it, the other church is semi-considered to be a cathedral, but it's Presbyterian, and that adds an extra bit of caveat into whether or not it is considered a city. Like, realistically, the way that it's typically ended up identifying is, I think you need to have a population in Ireland. I think you need to have a population over 10,000 to have a university or just general college, a hospital, and a cathedral. I think that's the way that it's put now. That's not a cathedral if it's Presbyterian. Yes. Yeah. No. 100%. Yeah. Protestants don't have cathedrals. Legitimately, I joke about that, Owl, but legitimately, Protestants don't have cathedrals. I genuinely don't think there is a single Presbyterian cathedral. I could be wrong on that. I'm not Protestant. Born Catholic but atheist. I genuinely don't think there is a single Presbyterian cathedral, because I don't think it was a thing the Presbyterians ended up doing, unless King Henry VIII was a dick and just ended up taking a Catholic cathedral and named it a fucking Protestant cathedral. But I don't actually think there is Protestant cathedrals. Would like to do an Ireland build a nation on FM. As in, like, pick one of the as in the World Cup mode of Build Ireland. Because I don't know, I haven't done the exclusive World Cup mode and how you like actually develop talent and shite like that. So I have no idea how you'd end up doing it. But hey, could be interesting. Could be interesting. 6 minutes of added time before this goes into Second World. Pick a second division team, grow them, get Ireland as high as possible in coefficients. Well, who knows? Maybe Ireland will end up accepting me in the rags to riches gameplay, and we'll be able to go down that route and see how things end up going. But time shall tell on that kettle of fish. Alex, for the love of Christ, man, have a bit more gumption about you. Well, I mean, if they're going to let us away with a goal like that, what can you say? 50 seconds in and they give you the easiest goal in the goddamn world. Well, yeah. I mean, they're the best clubs in the goddamn world, and there isn't enough money coming in. Like, that's always been a problem in FM. Unless you're just, like, unless you make a team that can win the Champions League, you're never getting enough money into the Irish league in order for it to be anyways competitive with England. You're just not able to get the money profile up. You're not able to, I don't think you're able to do it with any of the European countries, to be honest. I think England is always the one with the most amount of money. I mean, coefficient-wise, in theory, because you can make Spanish and Italy strong enough to win the conference and Europa League, you can make them do it, but it's bloody hard. He loans out like 200 players. Yeah. Duck done that, right? Or is that something that you did? I mean, to be fair to Alex, he's given his go. He's given his go for as shite as these shots and passes are. He's given his go. Come on, PSG, you have 3 minutes. Oh, who got the second yellow card? I think second yellow card got them from second on FM. What? Pick a second division team. Grow them in the Irish. I think second yellow card got them second on FM 24. Just I don't get what you mean by second yellow card. Godoo! Oh, beautiful. Oh, the 2 youngsters are having a good old game. Oh, thank God we have this set piece specialist in it. Godoo getting the goal there. Beautiful to see. The 20-year-old getting a goal. That's the channel name of the guy who does FM content. Oh, okay. To be fair, that's a good name. Second yellow card is a good name for an FM stream. Like CraicAttackCentral, and I was doing FM as my primary content, is a horrible name for an FM stream. To be fair, it's probably a horrible name in general, considering 90% of the people that end up talking to me don't know how to fucking pronounce the name. Also, by the way, guys, watch this for a second. Omari Hutchison. Look at this for a second. Omari Hutchison just scored. That ain't offside. Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't know how that's offside. Ah, game. Maybe. To me, that's as tight as an nun's arse. That's tight. That's tight, game. But, like, look. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? That's insane. VOD channel is called Straight Red Card, I believe. To be fair, that's an awesome name for a VOD channel. I'm guessing the VOD channel's on YouTube. Or does he have an exclusive VOD channel here on Twitch? Because in theory, you can play all your crap there as well. There goes Craic's state visit to the Vatican. As if I was ever getting fucking invited to the Vatican. What the hell are you on about? You've been in my streams. You listen to the crap that I end up stating. Omar Hutchison used to be it was Ipswich, Chelsea. It was yeah. Arsenal, Chelsea, yeah. My little Catholic heirs. Fuck 'em. Screams of Agaka as late winner. I'm shocked he hasn't come onto the pitch yet. Has he come on? Oh, he did. Yeah, he came on. He come on for Oregard. What the fuck did they take Oregard off? So where did they put Havertz? I didn't even notice him on the pitch. That's how dead he's been. Well, to be fair, Arsenal's been dead as a doornail anyway. But, like, crikey. Also, there's no way this ain't going to bloody extra time. No way this ain't going to bloody extra time. None. As kind of sad as that is. Oh, they still have Muniz. Daniel Muniz. Fantastic player. I know United were linked with him a couple of times. IRL. That's a player too that's supposedly meant to be on the move come the summer. Barracola. Bradley Barracola. I know he's meant to be on the move. Also, by the fucking way, what in the name of all that is holy are Barcelona smoking to spend 80 million quid on Anthony fucking Gordon? That's been confirmed, hasn't it? Like that signing's been confirmed, right? Forward finishes medical after La Liga reach agreement. Yeah. Like 80 million fucking quid for Anthony fucking Gordon. And the cheap pricks wouldn't spend 26 million on Rashford. To each their fucking own. To each their fucking own. I'd love to know what levers they've ended up using in order to get that to work, considering the club was fucking bankrupt last year and needed to sell off their distribution rights. Genuinely, I'd be fascinated to see how it ends up going. 25 and 4 years left on his deal. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. Like, it's still bonkers that they, like, Liverpool, the lucky, yeah. Although I will say, absolutely hilarious, the response back by Atletico Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid ended up giving them a response back of something like Bad Bunny tickets and a slice of cake or something like that for the 100 million is more realistic. Something akin to that is what they responded back with. I mean, they did win La Liga, didn't they? Barca won La Liga this year. They did win La Liga, so I suppose they've money up the wazoo. Oh, I never met subs. That ain't good. That ain't good. I should have met subs. They're going to be fucking exhausted for the next game. Fulham boss oh my, wait a minute, what was that? Wait, no, because they definitely won. There's no way yeah, I was thinking, who is he there for? Okay, so come back here. Not you, not you, not you. Gerrard spotted at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Fulham boss Steven Gerrard at the stadium. Kevin Denanzo. Really? Actually, IRL, that wouldn't be a bad signing for Fulham. I could see that happening in real life. If I'm honest, I could see that happening. I could see Kevin Denanzo going to the likes of Fulham. Although I do find it funny that there's already talks of horseshit when it comes down to Tottenham, because supposedly Tottenham have put in a request to see if Victor Osimhen would join them, which is absolutely hilarious. I mean, he would, mind you, he would join them, but like, because Victor Osimhen is a money player. Victor Osimhen follows the money. That's why he fucking. That's why he went to Galatasaray. He went for the money. He didn't go to Galatasaray because he's gonna win shit with Galatasaray. Especially considering he had the option to go to fucking PSG and Chelsea. Ooh, Villabet City. Interesting. Luis Enrique getting his ass handed to him. Would have loved to see Spurs go down, but Millwall versus West Ham will be cinema. I don't know the history behind that one. Why would specifically Millwall versus West Ham be cinema up? Also, Owl, normally I'm okay placating your delusions of grandeur, but come on, my dear. Come on, my dear. Have a bit of class. Have a bit of class. Like, there ain't a solitary chance in hell. There ain't an iota in the world that will allow Tottenham Hotspurs to win the goddamn league next year. You would need to sign a striker, a brand new captain, a centre defensive midfielder, and a fucking goalkeeper before there's an iota of a chance of that occurring. It's one of the most violent derbies, like genuinely often, haven't played in a long time. Well, that'll be interesting. I'm keeping a positive mindset. We will win. Well, I suppose. Who am I to say it won't happen? Who am I to say it won't happen? Other than a goddamn realist. I'm changing music because I am in the mood for it. Went from somber, quiet, reserved to fucking high-packed action. Yeah, I know, we'll get relegated. No, I genuinely don't think you're going to be that bad. Roberto De Zerbi is a good manager, to be fair. An arrogant prick, to be fair. An arrogant prick who legitimately might get sacked within 6 months. I would not be shocked if Roberto De Zerbi was sacked within 6 months, if I'm honest. But with that being said, he should have the capability of making an actual team of you, especially if it's true. Why is he my under 21 manager? I genuinely don't give a shit. Okay. Especially if he's given reserves. Now, supposedly, the Lewis family have turned around and said that they're going to restructure the entirety of the way that they do deals, which means they'll actually fucking give money towards wages. Because Tottenham's problem was never spending money on players. Tottenham's problem was always the wage distribution for players. If you wanted to join Tottenham, you were always on 20 to 40% less than the equivalent person within your vicinity. So, like, that's the reason why they ended up getting different players, because they just weren't in the accessibility range of being able to get players due to the wage demands that they ended up putting in place. Now, that's both good and a bad thing, because if you bloat your wage bill problem, then you have situations like us having Marcus Rashford on 350,000 quid and nothing we can fucking do about it. But hey, you know, Vicario offering out Seamus Coleman after barely staying up was pathetic moment of the season. Offering out? What do you mean by offering out up? Because I didn't see this. I would like to see us back in top again. I think next season Liverpool, depending on who the sign, should be back. I think Chelsea will be smart and actually sign a fucking goalkeeper that they've been needing to do for 5 years. And that'll make them in contention. And we'll see what we end up doing. But genuinely, I think you'll get 7th. I think he'll get 7th because I see every other side team lowering down, because I think the top dogs in the Premier League are just going to buy the lower down opposition. I think they're going to buy the teams of the likes of Sunderland. They're going to buy the likes of Brighton. They're going to buy the likes of Bournemouth. I think there isn't going to be a single one of those medium level teams that aren't going to get absolutely ravaged this season. Would have been interesting if Ange got his players like Guehi and Semenyo. He was never getting Guehi and he was never getting Semenyo. At the time, Semenyo's release clause wasn't activated and they were offering Semenyo up at 100 million quid. They were never spending that money. Guehi, Liverpool ended up putting in the application and they wouldn't sell him either. Newcastle wanted 80 million quid. Tottenham were not willing to spend that, and even if Tottenham were, Liverpool were never going to let them get ahead of it. The only reason Guehi went to bloody City is because if it was free, he was going anyways. He was going to them or he was going to Real Madrid. So that's the only reason that ended up happening, that he was sold for 20 million, because City were nice and just said, fuck it, we need a defender. Our defenders are injured. Let's get someone. So that's the only reason he went there. There wasn't an iota chance in hell they were getting either Semenyo or Guehi. But who cares? Got into an altercation, laughed my ass. Vicario's comfortably the worst goalkeeper in the league. He's not. He's not. I would argue Robert Sanchez is worse than Vicario, if I'm honest. At least Vicario can make a fucking save. Like, I'm of the opinion that Flip Jorgensen is a better fucking goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez, and Robert Sanchez is their main goalkeeper. I do not have time at all for Robert Sanchez. I genuinely think Robert Sanchez is one of the worst, never mind goalkeepers, one of the worst players I have ever seen. Ever. I don't see an iota of talent in that man. Now, that might be me being too harsh. In fact, it's probably me being too harsh. But I genuinely don't see an iota of talent in him. Evan, how the fuck are you not fit yet? Christ. Ooh. No, sorry, I thought a goal had been scored. It's close, which says a lot when both are two big 6 foot clubs, or two big 6 clubs. But the thing is, goalkeeper is the goalkeeper is a special position. And Chelsea have learnt this, which is the reason why at one particular point in time they had 9 of them. If you sign a replacement goalkeeper, say goodbye to the goalkeeper that you have, because they're just fucked. They're just fucked. The goalkeeper is screwed. You're not getting back their confidence. You're not getting them back. You've effectively nuked your asset. And that's just the goddamn truth. If you nuke a goalkeeper, they're gone. They're gone. You do not get a goalkeeper back. They're nuked. They're gone. They're dead. They're finished. You do not get a goalkeeper back. It's a simple truth that you just don't do it. So that's the reason why Adrian Onana's career was dead the minute we signed Semi Lammens. Unless they completely butcher it, you can't do it. You can't have 2 goalkeepers of equal standings, because you can't replace a goalkeeper. It's one of the things you cannot do. Confidence is key. If you replace a goalkeeper, you will never get them back. Ever. So you have to be insanely careful with how you do it. Also, where are we in the Champions League? Oh yeah, we can be as experimental as we want to here. Okay, Watson is shite. And you're getting 2 games in a row, Gadu. Feel happy about yourself. Gibson and Stellar, Awadi, Budadadi, and Victor. Because I don't think there's anyone we put in instead of Budadadi, is there? You're not back yet, because you're still not fit. I hate playing players with that tag. I hate it. I genuinely hate doing it. I mean, Koulibaly can be used. Screw it, let's do it. Pass for Koulibaly and swap Koulibaly in for Abadadi. Ferguson is there, so we might use Ferguson after half time, considering he's not completely dead. 45 minutes for each of them, that's fine. Camarada, we could give a go, but we're going to go with Rasmus because we kind of want to win if we can win. So I think this is the squad that we go with, and we see how we end up doing there. Oh, wait, one change. We swap Dennis for Charlie Hardy. What is wrong, Senor Ducky Poo? What has occurred? Because I don't think Paris Saint-Germain have scored. Oh, wait, you've just returned. So yes, you haven't noticed the Paris Saint-Germain did indeed score. Did they? It hasn't come in on me that they're taking him off. Oh, they did. Gonzalo Ramos for Osman Dembele and Warren Zane Emery for Fabian Ruiz. One of my favourite players, even though he is, like, literally shite. I've been playing shite for them even though he's 20. Also, by the way, why have PSG in 102 minutes only made 3 subs? I mean, if you're willing to take a chance, you're willing to take a chance. My phone died, so I missed out an hour of watch time. Who's it on the bench there? I think that's, yeah, Havertz. Havertz crying on the goddamn bench. I mean, I don't really blame him. Like, they're about to bottle the Champions League final. Also, this poor sod injured for 6 months. Okay. We're in against Roma, who is Martin Martins. I have a feeling you've walloped me before, but hey. Let's see. Okay, we should... Oh, okay. Arsenal wanted a penalty there. Ironically, I'd said this is one of the better recent Champions League final sport teams have scored. Don't know about that now. I don't know if I'd be that kind to them. Don't know if I call it one of the better. I wouldn't know if I call it one of the better Champions League finals, but it's definitely not one of the worst. Which, you know, give the shallow praise where it's deserved, but it's still fucking shallow. You know. It's still, this screams penalties, by the way. It's still all PSG, but this screams penalties. It's not been a good game. Yes, that's true. Also, advertisements are on, so we shall wait for them. This is no real reason not to. God, I wish they'd do something. You can see Luis Enrique's going bonkers. Declan Rice is going to get sent off if he isn't careful. Yeah. Declan Rice and I think Madueke as well. Oh no, Mikel Arteta got a yellow card. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that's what I'd say, Senorita Owl. I don't know if I call it an interesting watch. Though Arteta's going to complain like a motherfucker that that penalty wasn't given. Ooh, Gabriel might be injured. Damn, that ain't good. Like a car crash, bad, you can't look away. Ah, that's more like it. That's more like it, to be fair. We'll see what ends up happening now. Can we get our third? By the way, this will tell you how slow my goddamn FM streams are. This is our third match in 2.5 hours. Ah, Octopussy! Nothing nicer than Octopussy showing up. I didn't realize that was a global emote. That's hilarious, because Tara uses that as her follower emote when she's doing a raid. So I thought that was one of her emotes. I didn't realize that Octopussy was just a global emote. I don't think I have the SN half moon up. Do you know how you got that? Got the Subnautica emote. Yeah, no, I didn't get that. Come on, you've never heard of Octopussy? I'm shocked that you haven't heard of Octopussy. Octopussy is a James Bond movie. It's the 13th James Bond movie. I'm genuinely surprised you've never heard of that. Yeah, it's actually a movie. Yeah, Octopussy. Why they called it Octopussy, I have no fucking clue. You'll have to ask a more avid James Bond fan. Go into one of Dai's streams and give him a question. He's a fan of that. It was a Roger Moore production. But yeah, 1983 Octopussy. The Octopussy wasn't the one that had Goldfinger, was it? Again, I don't know the James Bond movies, so maybe Goldfinger's its own movie, is it? Because you have Golden Eye. Goldfinger was in Golden Eye, wasn't he? God damn it, 1-0 down. No, it's separate, fair enough. Shit. Pedro Neto. God damn it. If someone was watching stream and only heard every other word... I don't know them either. Just that Pierce Brosnan was 007. Yeah, and famously Sean Connery as well. I think in terms of big stars, it's quite an arguable statement, but I think Sean Connery's probably the biggest star to have played James Bond. I mean, it's definitely true that Daniel Craig was made the biggest star off of James Bond. It created Daniel Craig, but it arguably created Pierce Brosnan too, but Pierce Brosnan was a bit of a heartthrob before he had joined Bond, whereas Daniel Craig had done stuff, but he was a bit part player, and it definitely was Casino Royale that made him into a heartthrob, made him into an icon, and we're getting fucking destroyed here. That's what I get for going weak. Absolutely destroyed. The First Night is such a good movie. I've never watched it. Sadly, I have to do more of that type of stuff. Now, to be honest, one of the things I might end up doing at some point in time, if there's intrigue, because like Cap'n does it on his side, I might end up organizing Discord calls where I end up watching movies like that, if people have any interest in them. Old Bert, God, Roma have a lot of Tottenham players. But I might end up doing movie watch-alongs and shite like that if you don't mind listening to me rant about horseshit. Oh, God damn it, Gibson. It's a Lancelot retelling. Well, that's interesting because it's really, really funny. Okay, you're getting off the fucking pitch, Hardy. Because do you want to know the really, really funny thing about Lancelot? And an awful lot of people don't know this. Lancelot is an insert character. Lancelot is an insert character. Lancelot is not in the original stories of the King Arthur's Tale. Lancelot was an insert character put in a future retelling of the King Arthur's Tale. And it was a self-insert. It was the author putting themselves into the story. As basically a rival for Guinevere, because in most of the original tellings of the King Arthur story, Guinevere was just deeply in love with Arthur, and there wasn't any, like, fucking Nora, one of these tits. Edison, we put you on the pitch to fucking save shit. I mean, this match doesn't matter. That's the reason why I played the squad that I did. But Christ, I was hoping they'd play better than this. There's the fourth one. It is a gorgeous stadium, to be fair. Where is this stadium? It's the does it tell me? No. No, on my thing it doesn't tell me, so I don't know. Budapest. Ah, yeah, because it says Budapest on their jerseys, so that makes sense. Unfortunately, a place I have never been. I've never been to Budapest. I have to do it at some point in time. I've heard nothing but good words about Budapest. The fact that their goalkeeper gives such a horrendous save like that, and none of my pillocks. Well, that's over. Oh no, it isn't. None of my pillocks were there to end up knocking it back in. Is disastrous. No, this has been shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. Okay, so Awadi off for you. You off for you. You off for you. You off for you. We're literally making all of our changes now and hoping that something works, because the entirety of the front line has been shite. Absolutely shite. So we're making all of our changes before the end of the first half. My Christ, guys. I know you're young, but Christ. That's insane. That's insane. That's genuinely insane. Holy crap. Like, I haven't seen a capitulation from a team like mine this bad in fucking years. I mean, it's my own fault. I played way too weak of a team to go up against Roma. But this is bonkers. I mean, yeah, but he looked exhausted. And Bavaro's not a bad player. Yeah, so they didn't really have a choice, you know? But we'll see what ends up happening from here. Jesus Christ, Gibson and Festus. God, I don't think any of these kids are getting on a pitch again. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, these performances. Okay, Festus, pass the fucking ball. Okay, Buddha Daddy. I mean, the game's dead. It's long dead. We ain't coming back into this. But that's FM'd right there with a shot like that. We're not getting back into this game, admittedly. I can't say we've been atrocious. We're not getting back into this game. But Christ, is that something? That's wow. Wow is the only words that can be said there. Close them down. Okay. Oh, this is a special showcase of shit. Wow. This is a special showcase of shit. Okay, Delict to Jimenez. Jimenez to Stellar. Up to Festus, who has been atrocious all game. Buddha Daddy! Oh, my God, man. I subbed you on for a person that was doing a 6.2 and you come on and you give me a 6.2, that's special. That's special. You don't see that all that often. You don't see it all that often that a player is that putrid. That fucking putrid. I mean, potentially, like, this is like shocking. Absolutely. Hey, it doesn't mean diddly fucking squat owl. In theory, the sad thing about it is, in theory, we can still come back into this. We can't, mind you, not with a player on the pitch that's on a 6.2 and a goalkeeper on a 6.4. The goalkeeper is the most important position with the way we play. We play out from the back. The goalkeeper is one of the integral starts of play, and Edison is performing shite. So we can't. But
shut up! Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
I mean, when you boot a daddy doing shite like that, like, now it also let's be fair, hands of Midas has occurred here as well. Let's be fair to my useless bunch of gobshites. Hands of Midas has occurred here as well. Like, oh no, like, it's an 8.0 duck. He's basically become God. He's basically become God. We don't have an iota chance in hell of doing it. As much as it would be lovely if we did, we have a Hands of Midas moment happening right here. So there ain't a goddamn chance in hell of that happening. Especially considering here comes their fifth. Okay. It's insanely annoying when you know a game is just dead. And we've actually come back into this game too, which is hilarious. Booty Daddy is our problem. He's our main. Edison and Booty Daddy are our main problem. Sesko being on a 6.4 is fucking hilarious too, to be honest. But what can you do? The fact that Festus has been given a 7.3 is the biggest crock of horseshit. The biggest crock of horseshit I have ever seen in my life. Okay. So that is unfortunate. Again, it is a match that doesn't matter, and we experimented just to see. But that is genuinely frustrating. I never see keepers with that high of a rating on FM. I always do up. It happens to me consistently. I will laugh my fucking ass off if you do it, game. I will laugh my fucking ass off if you do it, game. You've got to be kidding. You, of all times, game, you do it now. Of all times, you do it now? You do it now, game. After I got walloped, you do it now. Oh, god damn it. That is infuriating. In case you're wondering, the game crashed. Because of course it fucking crashed. Also, we've already heard this one, piss off. So while we're waiting on a new song to pick and the game to actually load back up, I'm just going to skip that game, by the way, and hope that we just lose. And if we win it, we win it. If we lose it, we lose it, because I don't give two ends of a dog's bollocks, because it's a game that doesn't matter. But that's hilarious that it just crashed there. It's nice to know that they've resolved all of the bugs with this monstrosity of a game. Four minutes until we go to penalties, my friends. Yes, up. I seen that Slot ended up getting sacked, and the fact that Areola is the favourite, the Bournemouth manager, to replace him is interessante. It wouldn't have been the choice I would have picked, considering he has won he's won absolutely nothing. I would have went for Oliver Glasner over him, if I'm honest, considering at least he has won shit. You know, but what can you do? Console version game crashes often as well. Ah, wonderful. So this shite has started to happen. I mean, this is a beta issue. This is a beta issue. The game crashes, and as a result of the game crashes, when you try to launch it again, it crashes again. This is a beta issue. The fact that they've reintroduced a beta issue is bloody hilarious. Oh god, it'd be funny if it wasn't tragic. Absolutely hilarious if it wasn't tragic. So will she crash again? No. Okay, we actually got in this time. Nice. God, PSG, do something with the fucking ball! I mean, Christ, play with some urgency! I know there's rumours too, I don't believe it for an instance, but I know there's rumours that João Neves might be leaving them this summer as well. If João Neves is leaving them and United were able to put in the funds for him, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Who got that yellow card? Nuno Mendes, another one that's meant to be on the move. Yeah, we'll give it. We'll give it. It's not as big of a loss as what was happening before, but we did lose, so we'll just give it. Because, hey, at least it's, you know, fine. So, Roma have gotten there. I believe we have as well. Man City are guaranteed. Oh, wait, did we not get the guarantee? Okay, fair enough. So we needed a win there to get the guarantee. Fine. Fine. I don't care. We'll worry about the next one. We'll worry about the next one. Ganado's Alex. Who's this? 17 years of age, AS Roma. Give him a scout. Well, say one of the things that annoys me a bit about this save is for some reason I can't do full scouting anymore. Whether or not it's I just don't have the scouting wage to do it, or something is wrong in that capability. I just cannot do full scouts anymore. So it means that I'm wasting more money than normal doing tons of that. How the fuck have PSG had 19 shots and 4 on target? I don't know. We're on 120, my friends, so we're going to be done in a minute. Well, keep in mind, if this game finishes, more than likely so does my stream. So do you really want it to finish? There's a little caveat you weren't expecting. Never mind, laughing my ass off. Fuck right off. If you think there's any chance of that happening, senior dog or senior up. Teams secure playoffs. Have guaranteed themselves Champions League playoff places. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, Gyökeres almost scored there. Of course, everyone's already seen this, so. He's not wrong, but we're not going to talk to him about it. G-Dozy Aubergine. Interessante. Hemir Helgason is still the United manager. The Icelandic dentist is still the Ireland manager. Genuinely, how in all that is holy has that man remained the Ireland manager? Do we not have anyone with a bigger gumption on themselves that can go in there and do something good other than a fucking Icelandic dentist? Fuck off. Okay, so this is Villa, and we do have Liverpool next, and then City after that. So we have a lot of hard games coming up. So we're going to have to be very, very careful with how this goes. And 20 fouls on the keeper for the corner. It would be absolutely hilarious if Arsenal won the game by doing what they've been doing all fucking season and fouling the keeper in order to get a goal. It genuinely would be hilarious if that happened. Though I don't, though we're going to penalty shootouts, so that's not going to end up happening. Why can't I click on him? I will pass away. We'll give it time. They can win by a penalty shootout, which would be a horrible bloody way for them to win. And the sad thing about it too is David Raya is the better penalty defending goalkeeper. It's one of the reasons why they signed him, because he was so good at defending penalties. So we'll see what ends up happening here. This could be bloody dangerous. This could be actually properly dangerous now. Martin Keown, of course, talking now for Arsenal. Because, of course, they end up bringing on Martin Keown, Arsenal Invincible, to talk about what the fuck is going on. What do you mean, I wonder which end it's going to end up mattering on? Because that ends up having principle of what's happening. I mean, it's an away fucking stadium. I mean, maybe it matters because your fans are over on that side, but I bloody doubt it. Hey, our boy scored! Jack Wilshere, Jesus, they've on TNT Sports, they've every Arsenal bloody legend they can talking. Jack motherfucking Wilshere. I don't mind Gary Neville too much. It's worse when it's Carragher, because you can barely understand the tit. Although interesting that Saka isn't on the pitch for this. See, Saka's been taken off, so that's kind of fascinating. First ever Luton manager to do punditry on Champions League final. I don't know which one of them was the Luton manager. What was Jack Wilshere the Luton manager? Owen, to be fair, Oren Hardgreaves, the former United player, he's doing it as well. Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of a devil, here's Vinetta. He joined Liverpool, and he joined Liverpool for 125 million quid. Spurs have all... Oh! Interessante! We have a chance to take the lead again. Okay. So we get really serious now. We get really, really serious now. Lenny Oro, Alex Jimenez will remain there. So Shawadi off and Militao there. You will be there and there, Adrian Heaven there. Please, please tell me he's back. No, he's not back. Damn it! Okay, fine. Then that means Heaven is playing there. Elkhorn is gone, my friend. Elkhorn for Stellar. Decat is here. Beautiful. You're back, so that's beautiful. Okay, Paris Saint-Germain got the advantage. Paris Saint-Germain got the advantage on the penalties. That's fascinating. Anyway, let's see what ends up happening here. Interesting situations are occurring right here. Okay, so whilst we're going in to the penalty shootout, we're going into our game versus Aston Villa. Oh, he is. He's just been doing phenomenally well for us. Like, he's 20 years of age. He's worked, like, that's how much they're valuing him at our team at the moment. We bought him for an astonishing amount of money, but he has been doing very, very well for us. He's just been able to get the type of goals for us that he shouldn't be able to get. He's been scoring goals from the halfway mark and the whole lot. So he is. The reason why I continued on with the save, because I was originally doing the rags to riches save, is because we got Evan Ferguson for piss cheap, and he's an Irish international. And we got him for 42 million euros, which is his actual release clause. But he has been shite for us, unfortunately, since we got him. So, what can you do? But for now, we see what ends up happening now. We continue on, and we hope that everything ends up going well as we go back into Aston Villa, and we see how we do before the Liverpool game. The Liverpool game is a cup game, so that's insanely important. And then City straight afterwards, so we're going to have death on the doornails for our players. We're going to see how it ends up going. Paris Saint-Germain setting up first for the penalty. My app ended up stopping working, so let's bring up One Football, as I want this to be spoiled for me. Okay, so we're on to the pens now. Yeah, Gonzalo Ramos has to wait now because he's going through the rules. That's not fair on Gonzalo Ramos. Oh, no. Act away, Owl. There's no, we don't do that. If you have excitement in your heart, give your excitement, because it doesn't bother me. It genuinely doesn't bother me at all. If you have excitement in your heart, give the excitement true. It doesn't matter that I'm slightly delayed. Like, I'm trying to spoil it here for me anyway. I'll just see the penalty afterward. Gonzalo Ramos, David Raya, first penalty up to be taken. And Gonzalo Ramos with the goal. Nice. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. And One Football isn't keeping an eye on it, isn't it? Yep. Okay. 2 updates. Gyökeres shootout goal. Okay, can one of these fucking apps actually update what's happening here? Yep, Victor Gyökeres scored as well. Happy out, so it's 1-1. 1-1. Arsenal are still in it. Interesting times ahead, Victor Gyökeres. People had said for years Arsenal were a striker away from making them the complete team. Victor Gyökeres was that striker. He has won a league title every year for the past 3 years. This year being included as a result of it. And we see how things end up going now as our tits immediately concede. Immediately concede, because of course they do. Why the fuck wouldn't they? Okay. Come on, play, you rat bastard. Okay. Again, by the way, as I mentioned, 2 shots, 1 on target, they're 1-0 up. It happens all the goddamn time. We've had 13 shots, 6 on target, and no fucking goal, because of course. And Desiree Durore, the 20-year-old, ends up scoring the 2nd goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Some weight to put on the 20-year-old's shoulders. But hey, you can, if you're good enough, you're old enough. But that is some weight to put on the 20-year-old shoulders. Eberneche Eze getting up there, and Eze misses it. Oh, the fire of Budapest is going down now. Oh. That's fascinating. Oh my God. Eberneche Eze misses it. Wow. How would you feel knowing that you were potentially the reason your team failed to win the Champions League final? Nuno Mendes taking the next one. Really, your left back. Fascinating. Arguably the best left back in the world, mind you, but we'll see what ends up happening here. And Nuno Mendes misses it 1-for-1 with the misses. Oh, shocking. Shocking scenes. Absolutely shocking scenes here. Nuno Mendes misses it too. We're back to level pegging. Pass to the cat. My heart cannot take it. I mean, this could go long. This could go long depending on how things go. Beautiful. Goal for us there. That's what we need. Let's continue on this now. We need another one. And Declan Rice scores. It's back to 2-2. It's back to 2-2. Astonishing scenes. Astonishing scenes right here. The cat. Up. Rashford. Oh, god damn it. Please don't let them score from the counter-attack. Crikey. Minnie, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good, Grant, and delicious? You come at the hype of the penalty shootouts of the Champions League final, where Afake Hekami has scored the third for Paris Saint-Germain. Interesting scenes now. It's back to 3-2. Can Arsenal end up continuing it on?
Yeah, fucking 12. You can't copy and paste my shit on your game, man.
How is life with yourself, my dear? I hope that it's going good. Grand
I
and
wonder
delicious
who got
with
the
you.
last kill.
The stress is in our hearts now. We see how things end up going. Can Arsenal come up and get their next one? Can Paris Saint-Germain stay strong? Time will tell now as we end up going down into the next principal exchange. And Martinelli
I know who got the last kill.
3-3. Or makes it 2-2, sorry. No, is it 3-3? Yes, 3-3. Oh, you picked one hell of a time to do that, my friend. We'll do that now in 1 second. Just wait for the shout out to finish up first, and then we'll end up doing the squat for you. Oh, Mishak! Oh, beautiful for us there. Oh, we needed that. We needed that goal. But while we're waiting, and while the penalty shootout is occurring, we move over to Big Head Mud. Bernardo has made it 4-3. So it's 4-3 to Paris Saint-Germain. If Arsenal miss now, it could be over. As I do the squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to get tighter pants. I need to actually tuck in my shirt. But yes, 4-3 at the moment. What's coming next? Will they score? Will they left? I mean, to be fair, I have to show off my ass. It isn't fair if I don't show off my ass. You know, that isn't fair on anyone. It isn't fair on me because you're getting a bad view of what is a spectacular sight. You know, Mount Vesuvius needs to be shown in all of its magnificence. So we need tighter pants to show off the delicate nature of the Twin Towers, the delicate nature of the two coconuts, the delicate nature of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Well, it's 4-3 at the moment, Senior Duck. Anybody goes, Paris Saint-Germain, and oh, Gabriel missed! Oh, is that it? Is it over? I don't know if that's it. I think we might have one more round. Sesko scores first. Is that it? Is that it over? You came back at a fun time and you missed the squats. The beauty of my arse. Is that it over? That's it. PSG back-to-back winners of the Champions League. Arteta cannot be called the greatest Arsenal manager of all time. Sadly, but what a challenge for such a shockingly bad display. Unlike the Europa League last year, where the wrong team won. This time, the right team won. They were dominant for 90% of the game. They were dominant for for everything that ended up coming down. Just a sad indictment of the fact that they could not end up scoring. They had the teeth of a bloody copper spaniel on them. They just weren't able to do it, and we'll see what ends up happening. Give us a second, Minnie. I mean, you know, we have to let it marinate for a second. We can't let it just be too inconsequential. We need to let it flow and let the screen transition so that you can see the glorious squats. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might be the greatest day of the season. Imagine how one Senior Josh shall feel. We'll have to immediately pull the piss out of him at the OTS Discord, but it's amazing to see. The apple crumbled just like the collapse of a Jenga tower. Huh. Oh, there it goes. I was wondering what ended up happening there. It just delayed. That's quite weird. Is it coming through okay? Maybe it isn't. Oh, that's why. Okay.
So, you should be able to hear the change in voice now. There we go. Oh, I mean, to be fair, why not start shit when shit can be started? Stir the almighty pot. Stir the pot. 110%. Start stirring the exchange. You know, why the bloody hell not? But we'll see what ends up happening with all that ends up coming down. You know yourself. Why do you think I do more squats just for you? I mean, to be fair, it's a glorious arse. It's a glorious arse. In order to end up seeing. I am nothing more than supposedly this thing is being named the Baby Boomer. This is the Baby Boomer voice. The Baby Boomer voice. Oh no, if you want a scary voice, I can give you a scary voice. Give it a second.
Like, this is another voice that ends up coming through on it every now and again.
This is another voice that can end up coming true. We used this back when we were doing Space Marines 2, and we might end up using it in the future. And of course, we have
The wonderful Radio Demon for any of you that have watched Asbin Hotel. You will know where this one ends up coming from. Yes, the wonderful store. Yes, I don't know where the burp one is. I know we have this one here, which is the
Fart show. And of course, we have, you know, he ends up adding in farts into all of the end. We need to find the actual worst one. Oh, and the actual one. Yes, Sans from Undertale, in case you were wondering. Yes, I love Tasman Hotel. I will say it is funny that they have announced that they have just finished the writing work on season 5. So they have all of it finished up so that they know what's going to end up happening. So, like, they supposedly they know how the show is ending and the whole lot, which I don't believe for a heartbeat, but we'll see. Hopefully they're able to actually do it right. I am looking forward to having Lilith and season 3 and what ends up happening there. Even if Charlie Morningstar is one of the worst written characters I've ever seen in any story ever, but that's a different conversation to have on another day. Because I know how spicy that take can be. I'm hoping the quality stays the same and there's not a bunch of stunt cast. What do you mean by stunt cast, Owl? Because one of the things that VisiPop it is VisiPop, isn't it? I think it's VisiPop that creates it. Give me a second. Has been hotel. Yeah. Visinine Menandro, also known as VisiPop. One of the things that VisiPop has put into place, and it's within the contract of the Amazon deal, is that oh, well, thank you so much, my friend. And let's wait a second. Considering you've done that, there's only one thing we can do, Senior Die. It's only right. It's only right that with the NWO and the two, that we end up going and adding this. That's probably my favorite version of the NWO song. I know some people love the other. It should be playing. You lying bastard, it is playing. Give it. Okay, fair enough, Minnie. Give us 1 second. By the way, you're only getting one of these. So this is me being bonkersly nice to you. Bonkersly nice to you. So you're only getting one of these. Really? No sound. Huh. Are you guys pulling the pits now, or is there actually no sound coming through? Okay, because that's up, that's saying, that's playing. Yeah, I think you're just pulling the pits now. Maybe it's because you're just so infatuated with the NWO song. Oh, okay, so it's just the NWO song is quiet. Fair enough. Then give us 1 second. I wasn't realize that that song was so quiet. I mean, to be fair, it is a quite tranquil song, so yeah. And then, of course, you have the original NWO song as well. Can you hear that one? Or is that still too quiet? Oh, so there you go. There's your free channel points. Don't expect me to do that every now and again. Just because you asked Minnie and you asked nicely, there's your free channel points. That better? What? Oh, because it was 1-to-1. No one else bet it. Okay. Okay, that's why. Never mind. In that case, I know what you want. I'll be extra nice to you. I'm guessing that's what you wanted. Or is it? Because if it isn't, I'm reneging it. Although, by the way, this is another example of getting FM'd. Thankfully, we ended up getting out of it at the end of it, but like we ended up playing this game and they had 2 shots on target and it scored a goal. Okay, fair enough. There you go, Ducky. You can see this one more time. Ooh, I'm really playing random songs now. I accidentally changed my Spotify algorithm, but who cares? The old school return of Hulk Hogan. Genuinely an awesome beat in of itself as well. It's hard for me to tell which one I prefer of Hulk Hogan, this team or I'm a Real American. Also, ow, ain't it a beautiful sight? Ain't it a beautiful sight? Of course. Thank you, game. Thank you, game, for making this annoyingly awkward, because of course you had to. Ain't it a beautiful sight? Ain't it a beautiful sight? I mean, my ass is always a beautiful sight, but I mean this. I didn't realize this was originally a Jimi Hendrix song. Interesting. I mean, that was back in the day when WWE actually used licensed bloody songs, so that's fascinating. Anyway. Let's reset my algorithm. Porque no, I'm not a Spanish speaker, so let's get the good old Google Translate up. Why not both? True. But yeah, also, thank you so much for the biddies, Di. It's an absolute gent to have gotten them. I know I didn't give you the proper shout out for it. And by the way, if guys, this isn't just because he ended up doing it. This is genuinely because he deserves it as well. If you can, wrong one. Just remember, I haven't yet set this up to be a pop-up, so I need to actually go to the actual screen. Just remember that this is a thing as well. June 23rd, 8 a.m. EST. How long are you going, Di? If you don't mind me asking, if you're still here. If you're not, then that's fine as well. But if you can, my friends, go and give Di a follow on that one. Thank you, Sha. Thank you, Sha. Oh, I drink gallons and gallons and gallons of water. I need to start getting more cordial to end up adding into it. So we have Filmanese in the Club International Championship final, which I have no idea how that works or how you even get it. But, you know, I'm not going to deny it. I take electrolytes. Yep, I mean, to be fair. I went and I bought a box of 120 of them. Yeah, literally exactly what they say on the tin. 120 of these lemon joys. The only problem with these fuckers is if you're using the likes of a Lucozade Sport bottle, or even, you know, your regular glass like that, it wrecks the crap out of the glass. You have to wash it 3 or 4 times in order to get it back into, you know, the proper way that it should end up being, which is slightly annoying. I mean, you know, that's first world problems up the wazoo, but it's just a semi-annoyance. I can't do the lemon flavored ones. I have to get the packet, like the 40 ounce to make it palatable. Yeah, thankfully I'm not that. I don't mind lemon. But then again, I've been taking shite that I don't find particularly enjoyable anyway. Like I have a 3 ginger tea that I'm drinking an awful lot more, considering, you know, ginger is really, really good for you. And I'm trying to have that a wee bit more to just, you know, keep things going. You know, I'm just trying in general to end up being better and healthier. What the fuck is it? What is going on with my... I mean, I don't mind it going on to WWE songs, but they're not really in the mood. Be like a gym bro and eat raw eggs. Not a fucking chance. To each their own. It's not something I understand why people end up doing. Oh, they moved the Liverpool game. Okay, that actually benefited us immensely. Oh, they moved the Liverpool game, so we get the City game next. Well, that's awesome, because we can put a weaker team against Fluminense. Josh did it on stream, and I thought he was going to die. No, not a chance. There's not enough you can pay me to do that. I mean, the most I'd end up doing on stream for something like that would be hot sauce, like those hot sauce. Bros, I mean, you're kind of not wrong. PSG winning. But like, the sad truth of the matter is it wasn't a great game. It just wasn't a great game for either side. So, like, PSG dominated that match, but looked toothless. So what are you meant to do off of that? I don't know. So it's interesting. It's interesting is what it is. But hey, Arsenal have been taken down, and we see what ends up happening now. It now means that Mikel Arteta can't be recognised as the greatest ever Arsenal manager. So you see what ends up happening. It wasn't a great game. Harma football from Arsenal would create an awful future. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you win, you win. Who gives a shit? But as I was saying to Owl here on Twitch, who is a Spurs fan, in this particular case, the right team won. United ended up playing the exact same way PSG did against Spurs in the Europa League last season, and the same is happening here. But like in the grand scheme of things, for the way Arsenal played, the fact that they sat back, parked their fucking bus, got their 1 goal and didn't bother their arse to do anything after that, Arsenal deserved to end up losing. But at the same point in time, like, PSG were fucking toothless. And like, the right team won based on how that game ended up going. But like, it's shambolic Champions League final. It's still not one of the worst ones, which is hilarious, but it's still a shambolic fucking final. So what can you really do about it? And it comes in a day with equally bad news of Anthony Gordon fucking off to Barcelona for 80 million quid as well, which will 110% ruin the market. Ruin the market for absolutely everyone. There's not a chance that purchase won't artificially inflate prices like what happened the year before with Florian Wirtz going to fucking Liverpool. It can't not. That'll guarantee it. I said you don't keep clean sheets against PSG. To be fair, PSG badly need a badly need a new keeper. Badly need a new keeper. That keeper is shite. Did it do it again? Okay, hold on. Okay, so you're just broken. That's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating. So you're just broken now, are you? Nope. Okay, we're back to being work now. Nice. Interesting. I don't understand spending 80 million on him instead of Rashford as well. I mean, wages. Wages is the answer to that question. Wages is the answer to that question, bros. His wages will be half what Rashford's are. And that's the reason why they would have signed him. Rashford would have wanted to stay on 350,000 quid a week. They weren't willing to spend that. One of their major things is they can offshoot wages based off of sales, and it would have made it have a lot more sense for them to end up doing it. Arsenal's goal is something wild. I mean, it was a good goal. You have to get the goal. You have to get every opportunity you can, and a fuck up in defense by PSG is what ends up happening. Keepers should never be beaten like that. Yeah, they don't need a new keeper. Their best keeper's on the bench. Which keeper's that? Oh, Lucas Chevalier. Yeah, true. Yeah, they spent a fortune on Lucas Chevalier. I'm actually shocked he wasn't playing. I was wondering. I thought he was injured or something like that. Why was Lucas Chevalier not playing? Also, bear with me, guys. Hello? Are we back? Should have audio. Good. Ay. Again, this is why I hate having wireless headsets. At least with a wired headset, everything ends up coming down together. You never have these potential issues of having to swap headsets causing problems. But that's what I don't think he agreed to a massive pay cut, because I think they would have signed him if he did. But hey, I have no proof to say that he didn't, so I'm not going to argue with you. I do not understand why he's not playing him in the Champions League. Enrique seems to be that type of person that in the Champions League, Lucas in the league doesn't make sense. Hey, I mean, maybe he's just having respect for him. Maybe it's one of those cases of he just wants to he just wants to keep his cup goalkeeper as his cup goalkeeper, but it's a heavy risk. I mean, it paid off for him, but it's a heavy bloody risk. I mean, he had to make 2 saves there in the penalties, and it worked out for them. But yes. Okay. So, I actually think you get rid of Dom to focus on Lucas. Only one save as I missed it. True. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand why they got rid of Donnarumma. I still think Donnarumma is probably one of the best keepers in the world. I know they wanted to change their play style and that's why, but I think it was daft. Absolutely daft that they ended up getting rid of him, if I'm honest. But at the end of the day, what can you end up doing? You choose your hills to die on. And that was a hill they decided to die on. Whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, that's in of its own devices. But, you know, you go what ends up happening and you see what ends up coming around. Anyway, my friends, that is going to be it for me today. I'm going to leave it there. And I will chat to you later on. Wages, Donnarumma wanted 500k, and that's why United didn't sign him. I genuinely don't believe that either, by the way. I think United just made that as an excuse. They wanted to go for the cheaper option, went for Semi Lamans. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We ended up getting a good deal. Semi Lamans has done phenomenally well for us. And you do it what ends up coming down, so you enjoy what ends up coming true. But it was a pleasure talking to all of you bros. It was a pleasure talking to you as well, my friend. Just if you ever want to know when I'm going live, you can join the Discord so that you know that case. As things stand, I'll be going live again tomorrow. I cannot tell you what time. Also, I cannot tell you what I'll be playing, but I'm feeling Arc Raiders, so we'll see what ends up happening. But until then, over here on Twitch, I'm going to send you off to Flu Picks. I've seen them in a couple of streams beforehand, and they're doing a 12-hour stream for having 2,300 followers, so as well send over some love. And we'll see what ends up happening. I might do, bros, honestly. Depending on how things set up, I might be doing a watch-along for WWE. I should be able to get back in time to have it on for 7 p.m. So I'm not going to even joke with you. I might genuinely be doing a watch-along for WWE. So pop around to that if you can do, my friend. Which means it might be WWE 2K26 instead. Maybe the GM mode or something like that. But until then, people here on Twitch, this is your raid message for you over there on YouTube. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you in the whole lot. Thank you so much for popping in. I would love to see, I would genuinely love to see Jacob Batu win it, and I'd love to see Gunther win it, but we'll see what ends up happening, and we can have those discussions tomorrow. Until then, my friends, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Shalom Gafol, and as always, Hope Mahone.